See, every 12 minutes. Okay. All right. So let's make sure everything is good. We are here. We're live on Twitter right now. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that little heart button, and comment down below. Let me know what's going on, with you. What's happening? What's happening? So yeah, make sure you hit that like button as soon as you get in here, whether you're on Twitter, you're on YouTube, you're on Rumble. Good morning, everybody. Let me just quickly go and add all the things I need to add, because yeah, that's what it's all about. Word. Refresh. All right, also, I have to change the live stream for Rumble because it just brings up the same thing over and over again. So I have to edit this. Change it because they have the static live streams now, so I never have to really change the live stream, but I do have to change the title every time, which is just, I don't know. It should go off of the title that we have, whatever we put in the streaming platform, but we'll make do with it, right? You can't sit here and just ask for everything to be that. Let me save it. But we got 28 people here, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. And get me up to 28 likes. For some reason, the chat's not coming up now. Of course, I'm going to have problems. Here we go. All right, all right. So yeah, we'll just give some people some time to go ahead and get in here and see what's going on. Oh, apparently my BNB investment is now up as well. I had an investment into BNB and now I'm up 50% on that play right now. And I'm not saying BNB is up 50%. I'm trading with leverage. So I'll go into that. Obviously, we'll have a different situation there. Happy New Year to you and your family. Feeling mega bullish for 2024. Will be a great year for all of us. Yeah, I really do hope so that we will see nothing but success. Honestly, with what has shown in 2023, you never really know what's going to happen. I would assume that we would see more bullish momentum based on, history, based on all the different types of positive, news breaks that we may have. But the issue is that you don't know what the SEC is going to do and who they're going to sue and what they're going to try and tear down. You honestly never know that. So I hope that we see nothing but insane amounts of positivity for the crypto market. I'm very cold. Um, but yeah, hopefully we see that. And if we do, then yes, absolutely, we're going to see that everybody's bullish for 2024. I'm very bullish for 2024, no matter what. But I never want to see them decide to, tear cryptocurrency down. It would honestly suck. We got 13 people that are here on X. Make sure you guys, hit that like button as well. And let's see what's happening on Rumble. Oops, that is the wrong live stream. Let's go live and we will see the update. Yes. We have 7 people that are watching right now. So again, thank you for watching on Rumble. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Thank you for watching on X, as well as Twitch and Kick. Both of those platforms as well. We currently have 1 viewer over on Kick, so thank you for watching. Let me actually open up Twitch. I haven't opened up Twitch in like two days or 2 live streams. I should change this from like the main channel to like my dashboard. So we got two people that are viewing on Twitch. If you guys want to say anything, feel free to um, go ahead and do that. I appreciate you guys for being here. Anyways, before we get into do you think Elmo have a chance this time? Do I think Elmo has a chance? I think Elmo has a chance. I still hold Elmo. I still believe in where Elmo can go. It's just they have to believe in it and they have to put a lot of effort towards it. And honestly, I don't really see that. And again, I'm not really looking too hard, but I don't really see that level of effort compared to what you have seen from them in the form of meme alliance, right? So kind of to the next thing, or to the better thing, I guess, for them, and what would have a use case versus something that is a just a meme. But then yeah, audio is good, perfect. Thank you, Kevin, for letting me know. Thoughts on XRP short term, January through March. I think January through March, we should see it, approach the level, I would believe, right, as we see, hopefully we have a settlement beforehand. But it all depends on what happens with the settlement, because the settlement apparently comes up in um, April, April of 2024. So anything could really happen in the meantime. But if we're giving our opinion in what's going to happen, I believe that we'll see, uh, a level of $1 to $2 around that maybe time frame, as things are really picking up. And maybe if we see a settlement, we'll see something jump a lot further. But that's what I'm kind of shooting for within that time frame. And $1 is not a massive move. $1 is up to a $54 billion market cap, which honestly I think it should already be there. But you need kind of clarity for that. The market is looking amazing. People take profits if you reach your goals. Yeah, if you ever reach your goals, don't be afraid to take profit ever. But before we get into all the chats and everything there, I wanted to bring something to the table. I don't know if anybody has seen this, but there's a new Patreon, so there's new access for HG Access. I don't know if you guys have heard of it yet. I've made like maybe a couple of videos where I have explained kind of what it is. And basically you have a lot of YouTubers that are in the space, that know about crypto, that see the money that flow into crypto. And the interesting thing is that a lot of these like companies, or the companies that are backing YouTubers that are finding different sponsorships within the crypto market for YouTubers, know where the money is flowing. So if you kind of know where the money is flowing, you know what sectors are going to be the most bullish. And I've noticed that a lot of times you would have a ton of people, a ton of YouTubers that now know about where money is going and what's going to rise. And because of that, you now have a lot of winners, right? So having all of them in one space is absolutely amazing. And they open up your eyes to different conversations and maybe different perspectives in certain cryptocurrencies. So HG Access is a thing now. I'll have this in the description if you guys want to check this out. And basically you'll have 3 live streams a month. I'm not saying that I will be included in every single live stream, like depending on my schedule. My schedule is always ridiculous at times. So depending on my schedule, I might be there, I might not. But you want to show up, at least once or twice, maybe 3 times, or depending if there's some sort of situation that everybody needs to get on and chat, you'll have that. But you have a bunch of different YouTubers that have, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, right? My financial friend, Austin Hilton, me, Connor, Zach, Tyler. You have a bunch of different people that have hundreds of thousands of subscribers and tens of thousands of subscribers as well. So if you guys want to check that out, the link to that HG Access will be in the chat, remember, or in the description. Remember, the memberships are standing here. So HG Agent, since you do get access to literally like a lot of the top YouTubers that are out there, HG Access, $99. And then you have the HG Agent Plus, which you get access to the Discord group, all of the winners that they do have. Let me see if I can bring up some of the winners as you go through there. So you'll go through and you'll see a lot of stuff related to dismiss. You'll see a lot of stuff related to different winners, and whether they're up 43% or they're up 41% or whatever, and what you can gain with it. So if you find different plays, or if we find different plays, then we will bring it to the table overall. So it's definitely been something that I think will be great for the crypto market. But that's one piece of what we have coming, which is already here. There are already like 200 plus free members. There's already, I believe, like 15 or something like that, 15 to 20 paid members. So there's a lot of people that are taking up spaces, and I believe space is going to be limited to a certain amount, because obviously you don't want to have it just overflowing with too many people that are there. You want to make sure you have a handle on things. But since we have so many different YouTubers and so many different influencers, you can now communicate with not only one, but also, maybe 19 total. So definitely go ahead and check out HG Access in the description. Also, if you guys want to sign up for Margex, I've been having a decent amount of success with Margex lately. And typically I've been seeing success where I'll gain like maybe 10, 20% or 40% or something like that. But with Bitcoin here, and I invested $7 into it, traded with margin, and now I turned that $7 that ended up being $700 because I invested with 100x leverage. I turned that into what we have here, which is $67. So from $7 to $67, up about 900% right now, which is phenomenal. So if you guys want to start trading with Margex, I put the link in the chat, or you guys can start trading and trade with leverage if you guys want to. And again, I only risk $7 here, $7. And maybe if you don't know what you're doing, I think you should find your strategy. And when you find that strategy, you can easily find a way to make a decent amount of money there. I just recently sold a Caspa play. I sold Caspa at a level of like 12.5, and I made $100 on my or 100% on my investment. I had $91. I made $94 in profit. So yeah, definitely check out Margex. The link will be in the chat, where you can trade with leverage, start trading with like $10, and see how it works for you there. But don't get greedy. Don't get too greedy. I don't want anybody to get into a situation where they liquidate their entire portfolio, but just understand that you can only do that, right? It will never get to a point where you're like, you have like this margin call or anything like that. Technically, that's what it would be if you have, say, a position, and let's say the liquidation price is $11, and it gets to 11 cents, your $10 that you put in will be liquidated, but you can only lose what you put in. So I love this platform. I've been using it for a while, and it's been giving me success. I'm up 51% on the. I just made a play from 317. $317 on BNB, and now it's at 320, right? So currently up 51% on this investment, and I'm hoping that it'll find a way to break through this point. It seems like it did resist from here, and I'm hoping that it'll find a way to completely break through. And if it does, then I start, and it looks like it is starting to break through right now. It's very close. But I'm up 58%. Up 58% on this position. $4.40. I only invested $7 into this as well, or actually, it was at I don't know why, 97x leverage. But yeah, definitely go ahead and check that out if you guys are interested. Let's check out the crypto market though. So the overall crypto market, if we refresh it, is up by 5.36%. That is amazing to be able to see that. Currently at a $1.75 trillion market cap. If we look at Bitcoin's dominance, I would imagine it is rising. It is. It's at up 0.56%. It's at 50.86. We are not at altcoin season yet, we need to see that Bitcoin dominance decrease a lot more. Majority of this rise within the crypto market is coming from Bitcoin, because you can see Bitcoin is up to 45.6. It broke 45 yesterday and was at 45.8 or something, 45.9, or this morning actually. And now we're seeing this, up 6.8%. So a lot of things, or a lot of the movement within the crypto market, is because of Bitcoin and Ethereum and how that is running. And it's all because of what's coming, right? Bitcoin's going to have a lot of hype to it because of the ETFs. Now, will we see that push? Will we see that push so far to where it's like $60,000 or whatever? Will we see a jump here, and then when the news comes up, will it find a way to pull back down? Honestly, we'll have to see. They lower the leverage as it goes. So if you're talking about my 97x leverage, no, typically the leverage, like you can choose the leverage. I just accidentally chose 97x. It wasn't that they lowered my leverage, because my leverage usually will always stay the same. I just selected 97x because I was adjusting certain things and I didn't bring the scroll thing all the way up. So typically, like if I go back to Margex, I'll bring it all the way up. Like right now it's set to 97. Like if I would move this up, it would go to 100. So yeah, it was just accidentally set to 97 there. Let's see. But anyways, let's continue with what we were doing. We were going through the entire crypto market. We see Solana is up by 10%. That's phenomenal to see that. Remember, I have my 10 Solana that's sitting over in crypto.com that I haven't done anything with. I'm probably going to do something at a level of about 200-ish dollars, take my initial investment. And then if XRP is still at the same spot, I will take that initial investment and throw it into XRP. Yeah. If we look at BNB, it's up by 3%. XRP is up by about 3% to close to that 64-cent mark. Cardano is up to 63 cents as well. Avalanche, 42 cents or $42. It's up 8% on the day. Dogecoin approaching that 10-cent mark. It's really been hovering around those levels, hasn't really moved from there. Same thing with Shiba Inu. It's been around that added or drop zero level for quite some time. Internet Computer is up. It's up to $13.70. Litecoin, $75, up 2.5%. Uniswap, you're seeing Cosmos, that's up to $11.40. Let's see anything else. Let's go ahead and look at the top movers within the market. Anything notable? SEI, that's up 16%. Near Protocol is up 16%. Ordi, that has been just a gainer. Like you look at this from like 2 months ago, it has just been a gainer this whole entire time. In the last year, it's up 250%. But if you look at it within, you look at the last month where it started at a price of $5.20. $5.20 in a matter of like 2 months. Right? You see it in, or not even 2 months, it's like a month, right? Because you're seeing this at the end of October. And if I look at that, it was at $32, a little over a month. So yeah, if you're seeing that at the end of October, where it's at $4 or so, $3 or so, and increases all the way up to $89. I mean, it's just massive the way that this has been moving. And I've always been saying, like, I see it get up to a level of 60 and I'm like, no, I can't. I need to see a retracement. You know what I mean? And you don't see that retracement here where it's at 26. You don't see that. I mean, you see it down to 18, but maybe it's not enough, right? You're expecting to see maybe a little bit more. And then it skyrockets and you're like, crap, I missed out on everything that was there. But you don't harp on the situation. It's just great to see the growth. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that are a part of that, because it went from what was the market cap? It went from a 100 million or even a $67 million market cap to $1.8 billion. And I know a lot of people are looking for plays just like that. And it's very difficult to find those type of plays. They're there. It's just difficult to find them when they're this low, right? And right now, speaking of things that are that low, we are seeing Grok that's at a level of like a 40 or $50 million market cap. And that's where it's like, okay, this is one of those plays. In my opinion, I believe it's one of those plays. Now, is it something as usable as a lot of things that are out there? No, it's a meme coin. But I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, this is where we're at. We're seeing a lower time. If we look at all history, we're seeing a lower time. It's currently at 0.0068, down 55% from where it started. And you see it up at the high where it was at 3 cents. And I know it can easily get back to those points and gather all of the hype and all of the attention. Currently sitting with $10 million worth of volume. I can expect to see a lot more volume into this. So yeah, this is one of those plays that also may be seeing that tough time there. Just wait until this does take off. I truly believe that Grok will have a push, a massive push to it. Anything else that's moving? I saw Teller was actually, I don't know where that is right now, but Teller is currently at $181. Has picked up from the 177, currently at 185, 186 dollars there. Did increase here. We did see it actually increase to 230, and I missed that. That was somewhere around it looks like 9 a.m. I guess I got off live stream during that point. Or was I even live? I don't even know. I wasn't even live at that point. Typically I would be live, but I was, with Harper and Hayden, and I'm not blaming them at all, but it was at 230 and I would have had a decent size gain. I think I got up to 220 and I would have had like a 200 or 300 or $400 gain because I invested at 150. So I'm looking for a $300 price. But yeah, Teller is moving as of the last, few minutes. All right. Also, if you guys want to follow me on Rumble, we have 183 people that are on YouTube. If you guys want to follow me on Rumble, definitely do so. I wanted to bring up Rumble really quick. Let me get to my channel. I have 2 channels, but if you guys want to follow me on Rumble, make sure you do so. We have 583 followers. We're currently live on Rumble right now, so if you like that platform a lot better, go over there and follow me, hit the like button, do everything you can in order to support the channel because it does help out. Good morning. Hope you had a good New Year's Day. I mean, I did. I got to spend it with the kids. I mean, this whole entire weekend I've been spending, with the children, and I would love to be able to play some golf, but right now we don't. It's kind of cold outside to be playing golf. I haven't played golf in like, I don't know, 2 months, 3 months. So yeah, even in my simulator, I haven't even touched it. It's kind of cold in there though. But yeah, it was okay. It was good. Bitcoin mining companies like CIFR warrants are going crazy today. Are they? Are they? Like a riot or something like that? Actually, let me bring up Weeble. I haven't brought up Weeble in such a long time. I don't even know if I'm logged in, honestly. It's not even coming up. Maybe it's because I don't want to look at AMC.
Arthur Morgan donated £1.99 through Super Chat. Thoughts on pangolin AVAX ecosystem play?
Thoughts on what? AVAX? Is that what you just said? Pangolin? Pangolin AVAX? What is that? Let me see. Wait, let me go back to Ride. I think they're up like, yeah, Ride's up like 9% in the pre-market. It's up 9% in the pre-market. It did drop by 12% yesterday, or not yesterday, but the last day the market was open. Yesterday the market wasn't open, right? But you said what is Pangolin AVAX? And so the one that's up 13%, it's created on AVAX. Um, it's an AVAX coin or AVAX token. You're seeing that this is at a $21 million market cap. And you said this is an ecosystem play. Currently with about $1 million worth of volume, not really a crazy amount of volume. You are on Coinbase, which is good, meaning that you can see the volume. You can see the potential within that because it is on an S tier exchange, which doesn't happen often. You have 23 places that it's available, but again, the main place that you probably will see the majority of the volume will come through Coinbase. Circulating supply is 86% that's out there. You're looking at about 230 million total coins that are there. But I think where it stands, you can definitely see more with it just by the markets that are available, to purchase. Let me see. Let me go here. So I was looking at the markets. I was looking at the volume. Um, right now, it looks like it is like early, um, early stages. I guess it's been around for a while, 2021, and you haven't really seen. I guess 2021, where you saw everything fall, was November, so it was up to a way higher price. Did you see any type of dilution at that point? So you did see dilution in the beginning of this, but you're not seeing any dilution as of late. Maybe somewhere around this point you see a little bit of dilution, but you're looking at 86% of the supply, so it's not really going to have a major factor of it. So fully diluted market cap will be $25 million. So honestly, that it's not something I see as like a major play, but can you see gains within it? I feel like it has a lot of potential to do so. I guess my camera shut off. Um, that sucks because of the heat. Give me a second. All right, so I'm gonna have to uh, work out this camera really quick. Don't know. I sometimes hate this. Like the mirrorless cameras are great. And crazy enough, this camera was on and it literally only lasted 29 minutes. This camera was on for 7 hours straight yesterday, and now it stops in 29 minutes. 29 minutes, and it was on for 7 hours straight yesterday. I don't understand that at all. Don't understand that one bit. But it happened, so we'll live with it. But let me go ahead and add this other camera, which may not be as high of quality right now. Not display capture, video capture device, add source, and we'll add another source, Canon camera. Of course, that'll be the case. It's gonna bring up all of the detail. Oh, it's a work in progress, right? Appreciate it, bro. From the UK, much love. Well, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I really do. Um, now the camera is off centered. Whatever, we'll deal with it. Let's see, I gotta transform.
Arthur Morgan donated £1.99 through Super Chat. Appreciate it, bro. Binman from UK, much love.
Kick or kick? So K-I-K. Or K-I-C-K. That's what kick. For the live streaming, if that's what you're talking about. I believe it's kick. K-I, yeah. That's what it shows up on the top of the screen here. Let me edit this. I'll do 500. And then we'll do 500 on the right. Nope. So I have to move over here. So we'll do 400. 600. We'll do top 100, bottom 300. Oh, that's too far. That's good. And then we'll shrink it down. Yeah, that's good. Maybe not. All right, there we go. Now I also have to bring up the other camera on this main camera. So add video capture device, source, Canon. There we go. Perfect. Just a whole issue because of one camera that goes out. But this camera will never go out. SEI topped out. You think that topped out? Why do you say that? I actually haven't really looked into this position. Currently at a 1.6 or 1.7 billion dollar market cap. You think that it topped out at a level of 80 cents? If we look at the last month, that's the highest point that it has been at, is that level of 80 cents, which currently you're seeing a $1.2 billion volume day, up 110% in that time period, or in this last 24 hours. 73% volume to market cap ratio. You're looking at, I mean, that's something that I always do worry about. When you see a circulating supply of 23%, that's something that I do worry about, unless you have an understanding that SEI won't be adding any supply to the circulation. Yes, Kick is great, bro. Yeah, I like Kick. I mean, their what is it called? Their revenue split is definitely better than everything else. And I mean, I'm sure the revenue split will change, but the revenue split is definitely better than any other revenue split that's out there. Like you're looking at a 90 to 10 split, I believe. You look at YouTube, it's like 70-30. You look at like Twitch, it's like 50-50 or something. Um so the revenue split is definitely better for the creators that are constantly creating content, you know what I mean? Matt, do you see Lunic hitting $1 billion and $1 billion in 24 hours of trading volume again soon? Do I see it hitting that? Yeah, I can see Terra Luna Classic hitting $1 billion in trading volume. It's just that $1 billion, what is it going to do for us, right? It's great to see that movement, but what does it do for us? We're not really going to see major burns that happen. Hopefully, Binance continues the burns into 2024. Yes, we have seen a burn, but that was technically for the volume of 2023, not for 2024. So I'm still I still want to see them do that, but what's their purpose in supporting the burns? And I'm trying to figure out what their purpose is. If they truly believe in Terra Luna Classic, or they want to see the community come together and start to recover this. Like, what's really the main purpose there? Minted 15 million market cap. Good morning, everybody. Stay blessed, Matt. Hope you and the family had a wicked awesome New Year's. I mean, it was good. I wouldn't say it was wicked awesome, but it was good. Liverpool, top of the league. Um, what do you? What is your Rumble name to follow? It should be Matthew Perry. Um, I bring it up. It's Matthew Perry. Just look it up. You'll find it. There's two. There'll be like two accounts. One that'll come up as like my main account that houses all of my accounts. Maybe I should change that to like Perry Media, and then Matthew Perry would be my main channel, and then I also have a credit card channel. Yeah, that's what I should change that to. It's like Perry Media. All right, so we got 167 people here, guys. Make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. And if you're on Rumble, make sure you guys follow. Joey Rez, thank you for the $5 donation, saying Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well, and everybody else. You know, it's great to have, you know, to be alive in a new year, right? To see the start of a fresh year, to see a start of a new year. It's amazing. And I wonder what things we're going to accomplish as I look back on 2023. You know, it's definitely filled with a lot of, you know, amazing memories, especially with the children. This like the coloring just seems off. It seems like it's just like an old video. Like the color of this, I need like raw photo and then trying to, you know, change things up. This coloring just seems completely off, and it's not good. And maybe it's just set because I believe things are set to like auto or something. I don't know, but we'll have to deal with it because that's the only picture that we have right now. I buy coins with an intention of selling when there's profit, but end up holding in case it goes higher. Bad habit. I hear you. A lot of people do that. Um, a lot of people do that. Yes, I like Riot. Um, what is this? No, that's got to go. It's got to go. I don't know what that message is, but that's got to go. No links in the chat. There's you can't put links in the YouTube chat, but I'm talking about on Rumble. But yeah, that's usually how it goes. Is people end up buying and they're like, oh, you know what? I invest for profit, and you have a certain profit that you want to gain. You're like, if I can gain $500, great. You end up gaining $500, and you're like, wait, you know what? I can hold on to this for a little bit longer and gain $1,000. It's like that's not really what the plan is. Maybe it might work, but a lot of times it might not work. So yeah, You gotta have a full plan. Also, guys, if before we get back into the markets and talking about the markets, we have a new HG access. If you guys want access to a lot of different YouTubers that are on this platform that know about cryptocurrency, and what's crazy is that we probably know a lot more than other people because we know where the money is flowing with all of the like sponsorships and everything that flows through like this agency. They know about where the money's flowing and what's going to be the game changing sector, right? If there's a lot of money flowing into gaming or a lot of money flowing into data, or a lot of money flowing into mining or whatever, right? You're going to see that we have that access to a lot of this. So if you want to join, there's I forget how many people are now. There's 15 paid members. You have 214 members total. You get the access to the Discord group with all of us, included there. So if you have a conversation with all of the different plays that are happening, all the different alpha plays, if you guys are interested in that, I have the link to that in the description, where you can sign up for free and then you can get whatever access you would want to get with it. But yeah, I think it's something that's very valuable as you have 15, or I forget how many, it's like 19 different YouTubers, so 19 more channels. You have my financial friend, 240,000 subscribers, almost a quarter of a million subscribers. Austin Hilton, me, that's at 205, Connor, Zach, everybody that's sitting there, with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So definitely check that out. Also, if you want to start trading with Margex, feel free to use my link that's in the chat, where you can start trading with up to 100x leverage. So definitely check that out if you guys are interested. I'm currently up 841% on my BTC investment, and I'm excited to see where that goes in the future. My full liquidation price will be 41,400. My current the current price is 45,000, and where I invested was 41,600. So have a lot of room from where I am to where it could get fully liquidated. I only started with $7, and I'm gaining $63 off of this. A $7 investment is gaining me 845% because of the 100x leverage, or 100x leverage that's sitting there. So I'm excited for that one. Very excited for it. What's happening with the sound? Ah, thank you. Is there something going on with the sound? Is the sound better now? Please tell me if it's sounding better. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, for some reason, as I tried to link the other camera, it brought up the audio automatically. Even though there's like no standard audio on that. Volume up. I think you're gonna have to turn the volume up because I'm not going into the red. Right now I'm in the yellow. So if that's the highest you can turn the volume, then I don't know what else I can do. Because I could turn the gain up, but then it'll just start to sound like, I don't know, distorted. I don't want that. So yeah, we have 180 people that are here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you check out any of the links that are in the description. Anything that does help out the channel. The Margex link does. They are a partner with the channel. Just to be clear, they are a partner with the channel, and I, believe in that platform because I've been using it for a little bit, and it's been doing nothing but or making nothing but wonders. I don't know if that's really the way I want to say that, but it's been amazing so far. I love that platform for day trading and swing trading. Long-term investing, it could possibly be that as well, but I have all my long-term investments on, Coinbase and my wallets and all of that stuff. But Margex seems to be good. If you could trade with leverage for the long term, if you can get in low and trade with leverage for the long term, it can honestly end up making you a ton. But the issue is that you want to get out of that leverage as kind of fast as possible. Um, You can ask your question. He may or may not choose to answer it. That's very true. That is very, very true. Marjek's only in the US. No, I believe you can get it in all countries. I believe, as long as they allow cryptocurrency platforms. I'm pretty sure you can be able to use it. I'm not saying we don't talk about it here. Obviously, it's going to come up. Just don't spam. Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Fire Token? Is that what you're mentioning, referring to? How am I still getting feedback? I shouldn't get any feedback. I don't see any other feedback that's coming through. Maybe you're seeing, maybe you're behind. You might be behind on the live stream. And if you are behind on the live stream, then you're not hearing this. Uh, I agree with you. Said about Lunic. He was talking about Fire Token. Yeah, I mean, I don't generally talk about Fire Token, but I can say this that um, I don't want to count anybody out. I know that people have had their failed projects or failures, but just because you have failures doesn't mean that you're trying to have people fail. You're trying to have others fail so you can win. That's not really the case. And usually that can be the case. But I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, this person is 100% legit and everything they create is great. I'm not going to say that because obviously you still have to look at any type of failures. So um, I know that you have to fail in order to succeed. But the issue with me is that when you fail and you fail with other people's money, that's where it ends up getting it's like, can you trust, right? Can you trust them? You know what I mean? Because it's not, it should never be that mission to just make everybody whole because you should have never had the failure there with everybody's money in the first place. So I don't know. I really don't know. I'm a fan of anything that's burning Terra Luna Classic. I'm a fan of things that are burning Shiba Inu. I'm okay with it. Um, and it's not really about the gain process for me. Because if I was, let's say, a part of it, it wouldn't be about the gain process for me. It would be about being able to see Terra Luna Classic burn down that supply. That's what it would be all about. So honestly, I can't say that I support it. I'm not going to say that I I don't support it. As of right now, I'm like right in the middle. I don't have it. I'm not saying no, don't invest into it. I'm not saying no, don't trust Levi. Um, but you got to make that decision for yourself. I can't automatic 30% gain on launch. 15% returns would be insane. Anybody recommend anything here in Bali? I'm on vacation here. I don't think so. Is it easy to use? It's pretty easy to use. If you're talking about Margex, Margex is pretty simple to use. I explained this in multiple cases. It looks like BNB is starting to come down. I invested $7 into this play at 97x leverage. My liquidation price is about 314. So if it comes down to 314, then I lose that $7. Um, and if it finds a way to just increase back up to, it looks like it resisted from that 320, which honestly I should have seen that coming, but it was only a $4 gain. So it was like, that's not something that I really, you know, technically that's 50%, over 50%, like 60%. But yeah, I was just like, that doesn't make sense for me to just um, push for a $4 gain that's there, which again is still 50%. So it might be good for you or it might be good for the next person. But anyways, it's very easy to use. Everything is really done over here. As long as you have a certain amount, all you have to do is look at the coins that you have. You can use any coin that you have, any coin or token that you have that you want to leverage. You can leverage those plays for whatever position you're going to buy. So I can say, hey, I want to leverage my AVAX that I have for BNB, or I want to leverage my Ethereum for BTC. So you can leverage whatever position you have, and whatever you gain will go back to what the original leverage position was. So let's say if you have XRP that you're leveraging for BTC, for a BTC investment, as you make money in BTC, sorry, I'm not even showing my screen. As you make money in BTC, you then receive XRP once you end up selling for whatever that profit is. So yeah, this is an easy to use platform. Very, very easy to use platform. Again, I'm currently up 860% on this $7 investment. So yeah, and I'm currently up 21% now on BNB and how that is pushing. Hopefully that does break through this 320 mark, gets to about 350 or 330. That would be amazing. Let me go back here. So yeah, if you want to sign up for Margex, the link is in the chat. We currently have only 80 likes, guys. We have 160 people here. I would love to get to 100 likes. 20 more likes and we get to 100 likes. So feel free to hit that like button. Thank you, Matthew. I love your work. Thanks. You mess with bull, you get the horns. I don't know what that's referring to. Hey, Matt, I have a big question. So I have about 600 CRO, 200 XRP. I took some of my Lunic for those investments. Do you think it would be a loss for me, or is it a good move? I know it's my choice. Yeah, I was going to say that. I mean, it's definitely your choice to do whatever you feel is right for you. I don't think you're going to have a loss. I just think there may be like an opportunity cost, I would say, because who really knows exactly how far Lunic is going to go. XRP, I believe, is a great project, right? Absolutely fantastic project. That's why I'm putting so much money into XRP, CRO as well. I never recommend anybody sell a certain position to grab another position unless they're taking profit, right? If you are looking at, let's say you have an investment where you have $100 invested and now it's down to $70. I wouldn't say take that $70 and throw it into another investment, because now you realized a $30 loss that's there to invest into this next play that you may not know if it's even going to run either. And then that might come back. And then now you see Terra Classic or whatever this position is that runs back up and you would have been up $150. So it's always a give or take situation. If you believe in Terra Classic, then you stick with Terra Classic. If you believe in XRP and all these other ones, then you find a way to invest other forms of money, other money into that play, not necessarily the play that you have elsewhere. You don't want to take from this and put into that, unless you have $100 that you invested and it's up to 200. Now you could take 100 and you throw that into here. That makes sense. But taking whatever the value is that is invested and just taking that and throwing it into another play is not really the best case scenario, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. So it's all about finding ways to diversify, but consistently adding more into the markets, because people that will, let's say, just sit on a certain low amount in their markets, in their account, you're not going to find the ability to grow come very easily for you. Did you see that? Almost everybody is talking about Lunic being a scam. Is that true? No. So I don't know who's talking about it, because I haven't seen anybody talk about that. But I have seen some people, maybe one or two people, that have said, look, Lunic was a rug pull, and everything, it's just a complete scam there. I've seen some people that have said that, but that was while it crashed. And then even some people now still believe that crash was just a rug pull and that this will just completely go to zero. Understand that no cryptocurrency will go to absolutely zero. Will have no value in it. Um, it will always be there. So when people say things go to zero, they're thinking of like the stock market. When things go to a level where they are like bankrupt, where they have nothing, yes, you can go to absolute zero, delisted, have no value when it comes to your common shares, and go on about your day and not have that business out there at all. It's at zero, right? For cryptocurrency, it will always be there, no matter if the underlying business collapses, whatever happens, the cryptocurrency will always be there. FTX, collapsed. FTX is still there. Actually, it's thriving as a token, even though the exchange is not doing anything, because people will always invest into it outside of what the exchange is. So know that Terra Luna Classic will never go to absolutely zero. And I honestly think with the millions upon billions of dollars that are flowing into this, it doesn't make sense why people would think that um, it's going to like collapse to being worth absolutely nothing. I don't see that. I'm technically taking some of Lunic you gave me. Yes, true. I would consider that as an initial investment. When I see any type of money that I gain, let's say if I gain a referral from CRO or from Margex or something, um, I will take that as initial investment and I won't sit here, I won't move it to different places unless it's a large amount that was invested into a place that I really don't want to be invested into. Like if it goes into like AVAX or something, which AVAX is great, I just don't necessarily want to be invested into it right now. Um, I feel like AVAX, actually, you know what? I'm lying there. Let's say it's something that maybe I don't want to hold Litecoin. Um, and if they gave me a bunch of Litecoin, then I would be like, all right, well, um, now what do I do with this? I'm gonna sell it and put it to a place to where I actually want it. But yeah, I don't have to look. It's not. I don't have to look. It's not a scam. Obviously, it's a legitimate cryptocurrency. It's not going to get rugged. Not again, anyway. The crash wasn't a rug. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that a lot. Give me 1 second. We got 194 people. We got 203 people here. Make sure you guys hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you can. Also, the people that are on X, thank you guys for being here and feel free to, hit that like button as well. We'll definitely go into Lunic as soon as I get back here. Um, I'll be, I will literally be right back. It'll take me like maybe 2 seconds over here. Freaking cat. All right. So yeah, we got 11 people that are here on X. Let's look at Terra Luna Classic really quick. Currently, it's up 3.4% right now. We're seeing it at $840 million market cap with $46 million worth of volume. You know, I keep talking about this and how there's always this burn versus utility mindset. Um, and the volume is low. The volume is low because like it's just off and on situation, right? People invest into it as you see the FOMO, the popularity. People are like, look, let's get into this because it's gonna run. And you see that build up that happens, the process that happens. We saw the burn, which is a 5.6 billion coin burn. Um, and honestly, we need to see so much more when it comes to Terra Luna Classic burns. But I've seen so much negativity on these burns, and I try to explain it to people. They're like, a tax will kill the volume. I'm like, no, it will not. Why do people think that a 1% tax will kill the volume? You think a 1% tax will kill the volume on chain that we see here? We're seeing $79,000 worth of volume, DEX volume. And you're telling me that we're worried about $79,000 worth of on-chain volume that gets depleted in any way. It's been proven. They've said, plenty of times people are like, look, back test this. You look back and you'll see that when the tax was implemented, the overall volume went down. And they're not wrong. The overall volume did go down, but it wasn't because of the burn the reason why it went down. It was just timing. Honestly, it was just timing, because you implemented one thing that creates a ton of on-chain volume, right? And then that one thing that was implemented reaches its peak point. It's like you going to a store, right? Going to a store and they have a sale on Stanley Cups, right? Because I hear that's all the rage right now. Stanley Cups, and you end up buying all of those. Everybody ends up buying all the Stanley Cups, so the revenue is ridiculous, right? But then they now put something else on that shelf, like they put something that's called the Manly Cup or something that's now on that shelf, and now the revenue goes down. The revenue for Target or whatever that store was didn't go down because of the fact that they implemented the Manly Cups. It's because the Stanley Cups were the thing, right? Right? Stanley Cups was the thing that really brought all of the attention. It's just like that, right? You see, staking was the thing that was bringing all of the attention on chain. And people were like, look, I want to be able to gain some more Terra Luna Classic, of course. So everybody's staking. And once it hits its peak point, right, where you see maybe a 10%, 11%, whatever the peak point is for staking for Terra Luna Classic, um, you see the staking for Terra Luna Classic, it reaches its peak. Well, now volume will start to get depleted. That happens on chain. There's no other reason to go on chain at all. So the only reason to move over to on chain is to stake, right? Everything else would be NFTs or whatever other utility is created, which is not creating a lot of volume. So then right after that, you now implement the 1.2% tax. Yes, volume decreased, not because of the 1.2% tax, but because of the peak point in staking. And now you look at what the volume was at the 1.2% tax and what the volume was at the 0.2% tax, and you're like, the volume was higher at 1.2% than 0.2%. And the volume is also higher at 0.5%. So what does that tell you? It doesn't tell you that the tax creates more volume. I could use that narrative, but it doesn't tell you that the tax creates more volume. It doesn't tell you that burning more creates more volume. It doesn't tell you that, right? What it tells you is that the volume on chain is not dictated by anything. It's only dictated by the reason to go over on chain. It's only, you're seeing the volume that's happening based on a lot of popularity, right, on CEXs. So a tax is not going to kill the volume. And what CZ has said has always been about the 1.2% killing Binance's volume if it's not implemented anywhere else. If they implement the 1.2% everywhere, it will work. And he stated that verbally. He said, if the 1.2% is implemented everywhere, it could work. And that's never being used because it's not fitting a certain narrative. And honestly, I only care about the survival and recovery of Terra Luna Classic. And there's some people that don't, right? They only care about the utility side so that they maintain their revenue, right? So that's the way that I'll put it. But yeah, Terra Luna Classic currently at 3 zeros 14. Someone disagreeing with your ideas and opinions just it doesn't justify them to treat you the way you were treated. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I mean, people, well, it's not okay. People have strong narratives and the way that they feel about a certain thing. There are certain people that will just be like, look, you're dumb, you're stupid, and you should not even be in the crypto space for saying what you're saying. And even if that somehow does work out, those people still have that mindset, that mentality to where it's like, I still don't think you're right. Like, even if it did work out and we were like, the burns created a ton more traction, a ton more volume, where would they be at? They would be right at the same place complaining about how their position is strong and how we would have already been there by now, even though we've had 18 months with no building of utility and we're always claiming utility, utility, utility. But it's like, okay, here's your chance. Give us the utility. What's the utility? Just because you preach utility, just because you preach that we need to see utility doesn't make it happen. Doesn't make people want to build. That's the thing. When we implement burning, everybody that's purchasing Terra Luna Classic, no matter if it's 10 million, 100 million, a billion, you're seeing 1% or 0.5% of that be burned off. Why are we not supporting that? An all or nothing type of scenario rather than you risking absolutely everything. Makes no sense to me. It made no sense to me ever. And people still push for, we need one person to build utility so that everybody can now burn throughout that. You're basically adding a burn tax, right, to whatever you were doing. If you're burning through utility, you're doing the same thing where it's through trading. You're burning through trading. You're burning through their utility and how much they can gain. The day traders, swing traders, long-term investors, all of that stuff makes no sense. It's like you're trying to preach to do this when nothing is built over here. When we have this like pile of money that we could say, all right, well, let's go ahead and filter that out and try to create a burn tax out of that. Try to create an impact out of what we have there. We're gaining nothing from them trading $50 million worth of volume on the CEX side. We're gaining nothing. But what we could be gaining right now is 1% of that, is 0.5% of that, and burning a portion of that. We could be gaining that right now, but we're not because we choose not to, or some people choose not to. Validators choose not to. And certain validators, people that don't want to be held accountable, validators that don't want to be held accountable, like Orion Money and all nodes, honestly, it makes me want to unstake or undelegate from them. And I think I did. I think I did redelegate to StakeBin. But it makes me want to, undelegate from them because they're only making a decision based on what the community ends up, not based on what they believe in, not based on what they see and what they're hearing from the community. They're just basing it off of who's winning and who's losing, which is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. If I was a judge and I was like, okay, let me go to the jury and talk to them and go, hey, who do you think is winning? So who are you thinking of going with, right? Well, maybe I'll go this way because I think, you're going this way. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that they never make a decision for themselves, but to see them do what they did with the 1.5% tax and say, we're going to lean with the community. Like, you need to hear the community and then make your own opinion based on that. Because the community, if you put out a vote, will be 80% on burns. But the validators might have a different story, right? If you create a validatorship, right, you create that validator and you have 2%, right, or 5% of the overall vote, well, you can decide as one person, you can decide what 5% of, what is staked is going to decide as well. Right? You can decide 5% of that as one person. Honestly, it's dumb that they can do that. And yes, you can have all these people that are underlying people that are like, probably like, oh, you know what? I trust my validator. I trust what they're going to do. So I'm not going to vote. Because you can vote against your validator, but most people will not. And some people don't even know how to vote. So it's an issue to where validators need to take it upon themselves to understand what the community truly wants. and go out there and put out votes. Because I'm not saying that the 1.5 should have passed. I didn't think that the community needs to be this divided, and maybe the community wasn't that divided. Maybe it was more of the validators that were divided and less of the community. So I don't know, but all I know is that we're doing nothing here with $46 million worth of volume, and nothing is happening for the community, right? Not necessarily just my bag at all or your bag at all, but for the entire community, the entire chain. It's doing nothing for it, but we're seeing $46 million worth of volume that's flowing as people are making large buys, large sells, and we're getting nothing out of it. So how about we get something out of it? You know? There's my little spiel on, well, little spiel is probably very long. Again, guys, if you want to join the new HG Access, I have that link that's in the chat. You can get a lot of different YouTubers, access to a lot of different YouTubers with the private Discord group that's here, as well as all of the different things that they have there, any videos, any alpha plays, as well as the live streams that come with it. There should be about 3 live streams per month, and maybe some more depending on if we want to get together and just talk about stuff. But yeah, you get access to a lot of different YouTubers there, and I'm sure there will be more to come. But yeah, definitely go ahead and check that out. The link will be in the description, as well as if you guys want to. So it looks like it did break 320, which is fantastic. It's currently up 48%. If you also want to go and check out Margex, use my referral link for Margex. The link is in the chat where you can trade up to 100x leverage. Feel free to do so. I'm currently up 853% on my BTC investment, 45% on my BNB investment, and I just gained 100% on my CAS investment. And it all depends on what you decide to invest and where you decide to play it out. Definitely go ahead and check that out. The link is in the chat. So anyways, I tend to get very hype about these things because it doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. What I want for Terra Luna Classic, and I've said this plenty of times, what I want for Terra Luna Classic is for the chain to survive, is to recover. Like, I want to throw Terra Luna Classic this life preserver. I don't want to let it, just say, hey, swim on your own, even though you've never been taught how to do that, right? I want to help out Terra Luna Classic the best way that I can. And most people, or some people in this community, not most people, some people in this community will just tear us down that care about having an impact where the money is. We go where the money is. And there's a couple of things that are coming up that maybe could create interest within the CEXs, but I think the CEXs just need to see us come together and believe in that path before they decide to do that, because we've been changing a bunch of things. Like, if we sit here and change, we went from a 1.2 to a 0.2 to a 0.5, and we also had different implementations where certain amounts would go to community pools, certain amount would go to staking and all of that. And it's like, we're changing up a lot of different things, and we're not all coming together on a decision. And once we have that decision, now we move on to the next piece and how this piece impacts this piece, which impacts this piece, right? So anyways, it looks like BNB, it has large jumps and large falls, because it fell all the way down to about the 200 EMA. Look at this movement. It went all the way up to about 20, because it pushed past here, which is 20, right? It went up to about 20 or 21, right? And then it dropped down, and now it's back down to where it is close to the 200 EMA. And it may bounce off the 200 EMA. However, it doesn't look like it has bounced off the 200 EMA at all within here. The last point to where it did bounce off that was somewhere around here, which was still in January, but it was somewhere around here rather than where it is now. Now it has consolidated around the 200 EMA, but hasn't bounced off of it. So let's see if it does officially bounce off of it. You're seeing some green, and it could bounce off that level. It should, honestly, with all the negative movement that we've seen in the past maybe few minutes. But it's it's definitely fighting there. I hate myself so much because I bought loads of Lunic, but because of the division in the community, sorry, it moved because of the division in the community and no effort in coming together and making some sort of agreement for others. I sold. I can understand why. I'm not gonna hate anyone for selling any position. Um, you have a reason to doing it, then do that. If it didn't go to absolutely zero, then the supply was super uh, injected. It's not going to zero while it's well, it teeters around $1 billion market cap. ICP chicken hunt. Are are you seeing a certain price, or like, I don't know what you're talking about? Thoughts on ICP? Like I said, I like ICP. I've said that before. I like the position. I think it has a lot of potential for where it can go. You just have to get a sense of that unlimited supply and what they're going to do with that unlimited supply. Currently, it's sitting at about 13, um, yeah, $13. We did see this at a level of 15 recently. Um, so yeah, it's currently down 1.4% after seeing that larger increase. It is at a $6.1 billion market cap. I think it has so much more potential to grow. Market cap wise, again, it's just the unlimited supply, which I don't know all about, and how it will be fully implemented if there will be more that's added to the total supply, because they did excessively dilute this position from where it was, because it was at a level of like $75, $100, $150, and I made money from a level of like $35 to $75. But yeah, it's definitely grown as of the last maybe month or so. We've seen this push up 184%, which is phenomenal for ICP. But now it bears the question, like, are we going to see any type of major dilution, or is that it? Right? Again, I don't know too much about it because I haven't. I always see unlimited max supply, and I'm like, I don't know what their intentions are, so I'm not even going to chance it. You know. But there are a lot of people that made a ton from this, and I'm so happy. I congratulate everybody that has made a decent amount from this position, and the growth that it has seen. I don't think it's over yet. I think you could see a lot more. I just think for me, it just I see other opportunities more. Does that make sense? Opinion of the bull run fully kicks in by the end of 2024. Any thoughts on where do you think it will fully start running? Or when do I think it will fully start running? Or yeah, when do I think it will fully start running? Um, so honestly, I want to say, like, I hate the thought of like buy the rumor, sell the news. So I want to say that after Bitcoin ETF implementation, you would only think that things will really start running for Bitcoin. The issue is that things are not really running for everything else. Most money within this bullish time that we're seeing right now, not just like internet computer or whatever, you know, what we're seeing right now in this $1.75 trillion market cap is that Bitcoin is the main reason as to why we are seeing that overall push. Everything else in the market is not really moving as much, right? You could see Bitcoin and Ethereum that are moving, Solana, some big names that are moving. But if you look down the list, you may see Terra Classic that's up 3% or up 2%, or you may see Grok that's up 1% or whatever, right? Things that aren't really moving overall. Once we see that Bitcoin dominance start to come down, that's where we know that we're starting to see this bullish market. We see the altcoin season that really picks up because Bitcoin runs a little bit and during that time, right? It'll increase by 1%, 2%, or whatever. But you'll see everything else in the market that's increasing by 10%, 20%, 30 or 50%. You're going to see those that are moving a lot more, because even just to understand the difference between where we are and where Bitcoin is and where other things are. If you just look at a comparison of where Cardano is. Cardano is still at about 20% of its all-time high when it comes to market cap. Its all-time high was around the $100 billion mark. So it's about 20% of that all-time high. While you're looking at Bitcoin, the all-time high was it's over 50%. It's at like 60% or something like that. So you're seeing it closer to the all-time highs than what you would see a lot of other plays, because Bitcoin is the thing that's running right now because of the Bitcoin ETF, because of the Bitcoin halving and everything that's going to happen within 2024. So I'm making this answer a lot longer than it has to be. But yeah, I want to say once we see ETFs that really start to get implemented, because once they get approved, you now have money that's flowing into there, billions of dollars that are flowing into there, and then billions of dollars, maybe even hundreds of billions of dollars that are flowing into Bitcoin itself from these funds, because these funds are investing directly into Bitcoin, while these people, traditionalists, are investing into those funds, right? They trust the fund over trusting just Bitcoin itself. So instead of you having the fear of investing into Bitcoin and potentially losing it while it's in your wallet or it's in your exchange or whatever, you are now investing with a fund that will invest for you and make sure that that's safe. Now, what happens if that fund makes a mistake, right? If that fund investing into Bitcoin now decides to accidentally send this to the wrong wallet, accidentally send this to the wrong address as they are holding it. Where are they also buying it? Are they holding it into a certain address? Do they have it on a like some sort of cold storage? Like, what is their security process around that Bitcoin that they are holding? That's going to be the interesting piece. But either way, the money will flow into that space, and once it does flow into that space, you're going to see a lot of uh, growth for Bitcoin, because you're looking at hundreds of billions of dollars. The founder of Luna was charged with fraud in the U.S. So the founder of Luna was charged, and we'll say charged, but not like, let's say convicted, right? Let's not say that that's actually a thing. Charged and being convicted is totally different things. However, but yes, that is the case, and you have seen that Lunic and USTC have been informally labeled as securities. And that's something that we do worry about. You obviously would worry about it. And then what would happen with places that you would want to sell it at? Like, I wouldn't be able to sell my Terra Luna Classic if Kraken said, you know what? And Crypto.com said, you know what? We can't offer this because it is almost labeled a security, or they label it a security informally. Or if it gets formally labeled that, then what happens, right? Then you have now Kraken that gets scared because now they might have to pay $20 million again if they're selling, unregistered securities. And I'll say quote unquote unregistered securities. So it always is a little bit of an issue thinking about it. M. Creeks, thank you for being here. Good morning, Matt. Hope all is well. Everything is going well. Hopefully things are going well for you, and hopefully you had a happy new year. Everybody, hopefully everybody has a happy new year. Or had a happy new year. It's not in the future. What is the best cold storage wallet in your opinion? Looking at buying one. So I can't give you that suggestion. I don't have any. So I don't want to tell you that a certain one is better when I have no experience with using them. So I'm not going to answer that. If anybody else has experience with things within cold storage wallets, let everyone know in the chat. What do you think about Tectum? Am I saying that right? Tectum as a layer 1 and layer 2. is quite new on the market, but been in development for a decade, enhancing Bitcoin scaling. If it's been in the market for a decade and we've seen no type of movement and no changes, let me go ahead and close my screen. Then that might not be the best situation, depending what the market cap is. I mean, currently it's at a $106 million market cap with $2 million worth of volume. Is this the one that we're talking about? Proof of utility consensus. Super fast network protocol describes the text in white paper. Proof of utility protocol optimizes data distribution, and the network protocol enables nodes to distribute and validate over 1 million digital events per second, making Texas the fastest blockchain in the world by far. To put this into perspective, Bitcoin processes 4.627 transactions per second, Ethereum 12 to 25 per second, Cardano 250 per second, Solana 29,000 transactions per second. Is not only the fastest blockchain in the world, but also the most secure and the most adaptable, reaching speeds of 1.38 million transactions per second during its peak performance. It's interesting. Very, very interesting. Not really much on it. I don't know if this is the position that you're talking about. I signed up and trying my luck with 10 ETH at a 10x. Did you just do 10 ETH at a 10x? Give me a second for anybody that's on there. Did you just do 10 ETH at a did you have a reasoning to doing that, or did you just put it in there where it is right now? And you did it at a 10x rather than a 100x. So your level, you want to make sure that you're doing this strategically, so that if you are placing $10 in there, you want to make sure you're at a level to where you know it's going to increase. Currently, if you put it in there just now, it's at the 200 EMA, but it is on the upside. So you might see a little bit of a downturn to where it creates a higher low, starts a higher low, higher high scenario, especially as it did increase up to 2,400, but then slowly started to decrease down here all the way down to about 2,300, 2,380. So you have a lot of room, especially with only 10x 10x leverage. That means that you might have somewhere to down lower than this level if it does find a way to decrease. Now, if you see 10x leverage and you're shorting the position, yeah, understand that it's never going to 100% go your way, and you can never get into a play and go, okay, I automatically will see a bounce from here. What's your buy point? What's your buy point for what's it called? ETH. Are you buying or are you shorting? That's what I want to know. I'm embarking on my Marge's journey later this week. Yeah, Marjax, is that what you're saying? Yeah, like I said, I like the platform. If you can play it strategically and play it the right way, where you know where the lows and you know where the highs are, you know you have a certain indicator, maybe a 50 moving average, 200 EMA that you can bounce off of, or see it grow on the way up and see it because right now where it currently stands, you're looking at this level, and if it breaks through this level, which it already has, it's been consolidating at this level, you would expect it to increase back up to where the highs were for the day. Now, I'll be honest, I'm very scared about Margex just because I don't understand it. I understand what you mean. I totally understand what you mean. If you
Isaac Leeds donated $5 through Super Chat. Hi Matt, thoughts on LSS? I think it's a sleeping giant. They solve hacking issues. Microcap.
It's a micro cap? Like, how micro are we talking about? Like, I won't be able to look at it on here? Or is that it? Let me know if this is it. So lossless? Let me know if that's it. I want to talk about what I was talking about here for um, Margex. I understand where you're coming from with Margex. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. But I understand where you're coming from when it comes to Margex because it's scary as you get into a position, but I think you need to educate yourself. Once you learn about it, you get in, like, say, you don't even have to put any money into it. You go and start by signing up and then understanding the different pieces that you're looking at. Understand that you can buy or short the market. Understand what you would be leveraging. So if you have $5 and you're leveraging 100x, you're going to be able to trade $500 worth. Does that mean that you potentially lose $500? No. That means that if it gets liquidated, fully liquidated, you would lose $5. That's it, right? And you're investing with 500. So if it does play out and you are right in most cases, let's say you do find the low points. Let's say you do find a strategic, some sort of strategy that gives you the low points, gives you the high points, and now you're able to invest and put $5 in there, turn that $5 into 100%, turn that $5 into 1,000%, and you're able to gain more money here and more money there. If you are good at what you are doing, if you truly want to make more money, you will learn about how to do a lot of that stuff, right? And you will figure out what the best pattern is, because honestly, it could be very profitable for you if you are taking it very seriously. It's not about just gambling into a play, but if you learn what works for you, like if you have a certain EMA, if you have a certain indicator that you can implement, whatever works for you, any of these indicators that could work for you, and maybe you can just look up the definition, right? If you don't understand, what an EMA is, if you don't understand what a simple moving average is, look up the definition, understand how to use it, understand what's the best pattern to use in crypto. Try and look up all these things and take it seriously. And then once you do implement those things, see if it works for you. And it's all just trial and error. Eventually, it will find a way to work for you, but don't get stressed out because you lost $5. Don't get stressed out because you lost $10. Because honestly, as you want to try and recoup those and trade with emotion, you might end up losing more without fully understanding what your strategy will be. So make sure that you take your time as you are investing into different plays, and don't just get afraid. If you see a gain that you're like, oh, this is amazing, 100% gain, and you take that gain, that'll be great. That's fantastic for you. But don't hold on too long. Be happy with those gains that you do see. So if you have an 800% gain, a 900% gain, and you're like, should I sell? Should I sell? If you're asking that question, sell the position. Take the profit, take the win, and it feels good to have that win. It really does. Anyways, LSS, is this the position that you were talking about? I'm trying to see if that was it. Please let me know. Yes, that's it. Okay, perfect. So Lossless is currently at a $11 million market cap. It's up by 12% on the day. You're seeing a 20-cent price point. Now, it does have 56% of the, or 55% of the supply that's out there, so it's not really bad. You're looking at 55 million versus the 100 million coins. The fully diluted market cap is a $20 million market cap, so it's not ridiculous. Let's look at the markets. You have KuCoin. You have a tier 1 exchange. You have a borderline tier 1 exchange, depending on the volume. It doesn't look like that's that level. But you are seeing Gate.io, Uniswap, BingX. So 7 different platforms, which is great. Shows a level of security for me. It doesn't really show the true popularity and what it could be, because right now it's only seeing $329,000 worth of volume, meaning that you need to see a lot more. Now, how new is this? We're looking at this back in 2021, where this was at a $2 price point, $2.50 price point. But if I wanted to check the dilution within it, let's go and look at the market cap. So there has been dilution within this phase here. So while you're seeing this rise up, you're seeing this phase to where it's now, sorry, you've seen it kind of pick up a little bit, and exactly what you are looking at is adding of more supply equals a more market cap or a higher market cap with not seeing that much of a major price difference. So while you've seen a $57 million market cap over there, and that was at a $2 price point, it really doesn't add up to show that right now it's at an $11 million market cap, meaning that five times, you know, where we are, five times where we are, you would be looking at a dollar price rather than a $2.50 price. So you know that it's been diluted from this point to where we are right now by at least half, I would say, maybe a little bit more. But that's good because you're adding the supply, meaning that you have no future dilution or less future dilution, within the process. So honestly, it's not showing any type of popularity. It's good that it's on a tier one exchange and having other exchanges as well. But you need to see that level of popularity. And I don't know what I would love to see what the volume was at those times if we could see it pick up to millions upon millions of dollars worth of volume. So this could be something that is a decent play for just from an investment standpoint, not really saying like, oh, long-term perspective, because I'm not going to take the time to dive all the way into it. But if I'm looking at it from a 10,000 foot view, looking into the play, I can say, yes, this has a ton of potential to reach previous market cap levels, if not further than that. And that would be a 5x return from where we are now, as long as we're not seeing major dilution. Now, you can also see much more. Again, being on a tier one exchange, if they can get on an S tier exchange, it could be even bigger. But unless you hear about something that's on Twitter or you have word of something like that, yeah, I would say, I wouldn't just sit here and count on it. I'm not going to leverage trade my life away. $5 at a time. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what it is. If you're responsible, it works. Like I said, in my leverage trade here, I invested $7. $7 into this play. And I'm investing $700 total, right? But if I look at how much I'm risking $7. So if it gets fully liquidated down to 41,410, then yeah, I'm fully liquidated, $7. Um, but um, but right now we're seeing I'm getting a lot of notifications. Uh, but right now we have $66 that I gained from that $7 investment. So I'm up 882% on this one. I have a $7 investment where I'm at a 97x leverage and I'm up 30%. Now, is it a given that that's going to stay above 30%? Maybe not. But the point is that I saw it at a good opportunity. I was like, this makes sense to get into this play at this point. And if it goes against me, I went with my strategy and I force my hand on a stop loss. The thing about investing a lower amount versus investing a higher amount is that you force your hand at a stop loss. If you are going to play it out to where you believe it's going to get to, it will either play out and it will gain you 100% or 50% or whatever you wanted to gain, or you'll end up losing that $10 or $20. However, if you play it at $100 a piece, you have to now put in your stop loss, which means you click on this down here. You go, okay, I want my stop loss to be no more than 20%. If it's 20%, then it gets down to 318 or it gets up to 318 from that level, right? That would be what I'm looking at there. So if I want to gain 20% or I want to lose 20%, then yeah, actually let's do that. So there we go. That was 318. If I wanted to lose 20% only, it would be 317. And then I would just if it decreased down by 70 cents, then I get liquidated or I get taken out while protecting majority of my investment. That's if you invest $100 into it. So yeah, or maybe even more than that. So I like Margex. I really like using it. Again, also, if you want to join the HGA access, the HG access, um, where you have a bunch of different YouTubers that are included in this, and we're gonna have live streams to where we chat with people like Zach Humphreys, you know, um, like my financial friend. You're looking at Austin Hilton. You have Connor. You have Tyler. You have 19 other channels that we can chat with and have on the screen at one time. Now it's not necessarily going to be everybody at once. Um, I don't know when if I'm not available in the live streams, and I won't be available in that live stream. If I'm available at any time, I will pop in and just say, "Hey, how you doing? What's going on? This is what I have going on in the market today, or whatever," and be able to take questions within like the Q&A portion of things as well, and just have that longer live stream where we just sit there and chat about crypto. Um, and what's going to happen with crypto? Where do we believe crypto is going to be? Disagree with each other, agree with each other, all over the place when it comes to just having the conversations that we all want to hear, right? So yeah, definitely go ahead and check out HG Access if you guys are interested. You could become a free member. You could become a paid member, but you get access to 19 or actually 20 plus YouTubers, across this platform that know about cryptocurrency, that also have some really like classified information because we see the money that's flowing in. So yeah, definitely check that out. Um, but yeah, who was talking about Tectrum? It's currently at a $108 million market cap with $2 million worth of volume. If you look at the markets, MEXC, BitGet, XT.com, 9 different markets. No tier 1 or S tier exchanges, which is not really great, but seeing $2 million worth of volume with no like major S tier exchanges, and Uniswap being the largest of that, is kind of impressive. It means that people are going out of their way to get it, which is definitely a good sign. You're seeing 49% volume, or 49% circulating supply, so you do have a little bit of dilution, but you're looking at 4.9 million coins versus the 10 million total supply. So either way, it's still insanely low. The only thing I would like to see is an S tier exchange, but if it was on an S tier exchange, it might even be a way higher market cap than where it is right now. How um, how long has this been around? So it's been around since 2023, so it is relatively new. It did have a larger push. The price was at $3 here. Would have loved to have made a move in there, but I don't see everything, right? As you see something that is at a market cap, that's at a $3 million market cap, it's like, unless it's on an S tier exchange or tier 1 exchange, I'm not going to see it. Like right now, I have no ability to buy it besides Uniswap. And maybe people see that opportunity because it might be now getting to a point where it may be listed on other exchanges. And if it is, it'll pump up to a way higher price. So you might want to look out for that. Are you friends with all those guys? Do you know Calvin Hill? So am I friends with everybody? I'm not. I can't say that I'm. Who I consider friends are people that are very, very close to me. But if you talk about uh, like friends, as in like acquaintances or people that I know, that I've talked to, yes, I've talked to pretty much everybody that's included there. I've either ended up on their live stream talking to them on Twitter, um, or just through standard chats across the board. But I've never had like a verbal chat with any of them, I don't think. No, with a few of them I have, but with some of the bigger ones like Austin Hill, and I've never had a verbal chat with him, or Zach. I've never had a verbal chat with him, but I have talked to him on Twitter a couple of times. But what about the long-term investing aspects on Margex? So I wouldn't necessarily say that there are long-term aspects. The only ones that I would say is probably the copy trading. So as you have the ability to, copy trade, meaning that you can copy someone's trading. I don't have any strategies in here to copy trade. I know some people have asked me, hey, create a copy trading strategy and how you can gain a certain amount. And, you have a certain amount of followers. You have 36 followers, 9 followers, you have 600% or whatever that you can gain there. And there are a lot of people that do copy trading, and it's fantastic to see. And you'll see so much money that may be flowing through there, right? Traders equity, strategy equity. You'll see $6,000 or $1,000 or $700 that goes through there. I'm sure if I traded one, I'd probably have a lot of followers within that trading strategy that's there, but I haven't created it. Now you can do something that is long term where you are, it may be a short term, it may be a certain amount of time, but long term aspects of it, I really don't see many things that you can invest long term because you're always trading with margin. This definitely is decreasing here. So you're always trading with margin there. So the long term aspects may not be there because you want to gain profit as soon as possible, Yeah, YouTube associates, not friend. Yeah, I've talked to them. Okay, I thought you were basically saying something about trading long term. So I wouldn't necessarily say that again that you can trade or you can't trade long term. I'm not saying that you can't. I'm saying that you're always invested with margin. So what you could do if you are looking to trade longer term, it's not something to where you only have a certain term that you could trade. Like you can only hold this for a matter of 5 days. No, you can hold it for as long as you want. But the point is that if you find a place to where you get in low, maybe you can buy in low with $100 and only risk $100 and then always be up on your investment. Like say if I invested into SHIB right now and I felt like it was at its true low and I invested $1,000 at a 10x leverage, right? That $1,000 at a 10x leverage would give me $10,000 that I'm invested in there. And if it somehow, increases and never gets back down to this point, never has a chance to get back down to this point, like say if you invested into Bitcoin, let's say it was Bitcoin, you invested in it and it was $15,000 and you ended up investing $1,000, or let's make it $1,000 and you did it at a 15x leverage, which gave you one Bitcoin, right? So now you don't want it to decrease down to maybe a lower level of like say $14,000, because if it does, now you end up losing your $1,000 that you put in there, right? You get fully liquidated. But if you play it out to where it ends up increasing and goes up to a level of $20,000, well now you're up $10,000 on your play. You're also up to $25,000 total. Now you can leave that in there long term and let it play out to where it gets to a year from then, it ends up increasing up to $45,000. Well, now in a year, you invested $1,000, you only risked $1,000, and you gained $45,000 from this. Like that's exactly what you're seeing there, right? You have like you're gaining a heck of a lot, and that math may be off a little bit, but you're gaining a heck of a lot with it. I would say you've gained somewhere around $44,000, but you would make profit off of what you've invested in there minus whatever you had with the leverage. So honestly, you're gaining a lot in the end, and it could be a long-term play for you if you feel like it's never going to come back down to that level, right? And you could consistently take profit from that and collect your initial investment. And if it does get back down to that point, you collected your initial investment throughout this time period, and you were able to collect your profit, collect a little bit more profit as time goes on, collect a little bit more profit as time goes on. So it's definitely something that I think you could play out strategically. That could be a long term play for you, but it's not necessarily what I believe as the long term platform, if that makes sense. I think the easiest is to short altcoins on the top of the bull market. Well, yeah. Um, Yeah, that would be. I mean, the easiest would be to figure out kind of where these peak points are. The issues with cryptocurrency is that it doesn't hold supports and resistance as well, from what I've seen. For stocks, they hold their supports and resistances pretty well, unless there's a short squeeze or some sort of brand new news. They hold their supports and resistances really well because people are actively day trading. The problem with crypto is you don't have as many people that are day trading. So if you don't have as many people that are day trading, the supports and resistances are not going to hold as well as you think. Bro, I can't wait until we are all doing well from this market. Man, seriously, I can't wait either. I mean, right now I'm already doing very well. Am I over what my break even point was when I invested before the bear market happened? Because the bear market happened, I was somewhere around $65,000. Currently, I'm around $65,000, and that's after, um, investing a lot into XRP, about $4,000 into XRP, investing about $4,000 into Grok, um, and seeing the gains of Terra Luna Classic as it did run up. See the gains of, the slight gains of Caspa that I do have, and the gains of Jasmy and ADA and all of those. And now I'm back up to those levels, right? So I I want to see this grow so much more because I was tired of looking at that negative portfolio. And honestly, it would look a lot better if I didn't sell those positions at those lows, or I didn't have to sell those positions. I would look a lot better. I mean, insane levels. It would look amazing, but probably closer to like 100 or 100, yeah, 130 or something thousand. But you know, uh, can you hedge your portfolio on Margex? Obviously, many of us are bullish on crypto, but I'm significantly worried about the ETF approval. So I want to protect my portfolio using leverage. So, uh, what do you mean? Like, as in, play both sides? For some reason, I'm losing the term of hedge. I believe that's like playing both sides, right, of the market, where you're playing the positive and the negative side of the market. Mm, I'll have to get into that in a little bit. I did give my opinion on Fire Token. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what it is. So for some reason, I lost the term, and I wanted to make sure that I was there. So similar to how a portfolio managers and options. So you can play both sides. Like if I wanted to play, you can't do it in a formal way, but it looks like Ethereum is really coming down. So it's now down to 2383, and also we're also seeing Bitcoin that is now at 830% gain instead of 870 or something, or 900 like it was. Currently down 21% on this position here. But yeah, you can play both sides. So if you see it's going to increase or decrease, and you want to be able to profit on one or the other, knowing that both are going to happen, which typically you are seeing, right? A lot of times I see both happens where I'll increase and I'll gain a certain amount, but it'll also decrease. You can play both sides of the market if you want to, um, but you're not going to do it formally. You have to do it informally, right? Um, have you seen Corgi AI? It's a Kronos meme coin. It's up over 200%. Would love to know your opinion. I like it, but any new coin is risky. 100% any new coin is risky. I did talk about Corgi AI before, and any meme coin on certain plays, I want to make sure that I'm uh, typing it in right. There we go. Um, so will any meme coin within a certain network or a certain market, right, will end up creating hype as the market or as that network is absolutely running. Now, I believe it's only available in certain places, so you should be able to buy it on crypto.com exchange if you have crypto.com. Now, you will get an inflated price as you are trying to purchase it.
Almost Human donated
Give me a second.
$4.99 through Super Chat. Have you seen Corgi Eye? It's a Kronos meme coin. It's up over 200%. I would love to know your opinion it. I like it, but any new coin is risky.
Yeah, so um, it's down 10% right now, but I guess if you're looking at like the last month, it's up 188%. Or if you're looking at the year or however long it's been around, which is from 2023, it's up 617%. But yeah, in the last month, it's up about 200%, 188% there. Now, it's currently at a $525 million market cap, which is a self-reported market cap because you are seeing a 55% self-reported supply, meaning that it still has 500 billion total coins. But seeing it at a $525 million market cap is showing that meme coins they show a lot of popularity right now. So the only places that you can actually purchase it, I know a lot of people will probably purchase it on crypto.com. I like meme plays, but then again, it do we see any other meme plays on the Kronos ecosystem? No. So I would imagine as Kronos does run and becomes popular, if I believe in Kronos, you should also believe in maybe some of the memes that come with it, as well as some of the uses that come with it. So yeah, I think that Corgi AI will have some popularity. It has grown quite a bit, up to a $500 million market cap, and that's no small feat, right? That's huge. The only thing I would say is that the popularity right now, within the day at least, is not really, kind of up to par, right? You're seeing $1.9 million worth of volume. That's not a lot. You want to see a lot more than that, especially for something that has $525 million market cap. So just be weary of that as you're seeing that high of a market cap and that low of a volume. You want to make sure you pick the right time to invest, because again, it is just primarily for gains for a lot of people. So make sure you're not doing it for an overall use case, like you're doing it because you want to see gains in that position. And if you want to see gains in the position, pick the right time to invest. That's what I'll say. Definitely check out Texum Soft Note Layer 2 for Bitcoin scaling and crypto adoption. I believe you'll like it. So I've liked Texum where I've seen this, but I don't think I'm ready to invest into anything new. I said that and then I invested in the Teller, and I don't know where Teller is right now, but I said that and I invested into it because I saw the opportunity from where it was to where it is now and how quickly it can get back to where it was, right? So, yeah, I don't think I'm investing into anything new, but what I will do is continue to invest into XRP as long as XRP is, at these levels. So let's continue to try and find that opportunity. Give me a second. Let me go say bye to Harper. We have 220 people here. If you guys can hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Also, again, if you want to sign up for Margex, feel free to sign up for Margex. We're starting to see that come back a little bit where now it's up 3% instead of being down 20%. So it will fluctuate, especially while you're trading with margin But definitely go ahead and check that out. And if you guys want to sign up for HG Access, that link is in the description. I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye to Hayden or to Harper, and I'll be right back. And I'll answer the super chat, but it'll probably say it by the time I get back. Thank you for that super chat.
Isaac Leeds donated $5 through Super Chat. I like it. So you can take a long and short positions on Bitcoin as this approval decision nears. Chances are it will shoot one way or the other.
Oh man, I love those ladies. Absolutely love those ladies. Anyways, let's see how Margex is doing. On a little bit of a rise. So did it play already? I like it. So you can take a long and a short position on Bitcoin as its approval decision nears. Chances are it will shoot one way or the other. Yes, but the point is that if you're going to see it shoot up, the issue that you deal with there is that you're playing it to maybe get liquidated one way or the other. Because if it massively does shoot up or massively falls down, you're going to get liquidated one way. Like it's not something where you can hold that position because you have a certain liquidation price if you are taking out, let's say, a 100x gain. If you feel like it's going to be more towards the upside, you may take a 100x gain, a 100x leverage during like for the buy side, but then you might take like a 20x leverage or a 50x leverage towards the downside just in case, right? So yeah, you could do either way if you want to. It's something that really just protects your investment overall. Where's the quality camera at? Yeah, give me a second. Let me actually put it back on. All right, let me see. So I got the Canon camera up. Let me go ahead and get this out of here. So that's a better camera. And then let's also take this camera out and just look at the difference. Just look at the difference. Like I feel like it's just 10 times better. Like one, the color just seems brighter. The other one just seems really bland. I would have to do that. But anyways, we'll bring it back. Why? Can you let it ride? Well, the thing is like if you have so if you're investing at 5x leverage, you might not get liquidated until like a extremely low price. But the point is that if you're investing at 100x leverage, you have a certain price to whatever you invest will end up getting fully liquidated. You can't let it ride and then end up losing more than what you put in. Like it will not work that way. So like say here, um, I put in $7 at a 97x leverage. Let's say it's 100x, and it gave me 730. Actually, I'm not even showing my screen. I put in $7 on this BNB investment at $17.70. My full liquidation price is 314 or almost $315, right? So if it finds a way to decrease by $2, I now lose that entire investment, right? Which is $7. It depends on what your leverage is, because if your leverage is higher, you have more movement because you're using more money that's not yours to invest, right? If you are truly, like if you truly believe that this is going to run to a way higher level, then you invest with 100x leverage and you see that you gain a crazy amount from it, right? $1,000 at 100x leverage would give you, $100,000. So to invest into, meaning that if you see this grow by, maybe, I don't know, double, like you have $100,000 that's invested and now it's up to 200,000, meaning that your gain was $100,000 there, and that would be phenomenal for you. However, it's not as simple as that, because if you go the opposite way, you now lose that $1,000, right? Completely. Instead of gaining $100,000, you lose $1,000. But even if you gain 100%, you're gaining $1,000 on that, on just that position, not gaining 100% on, let's say, whatever that position is, but um, you being able to gain a certain amount is all depending on how much leverage you have. So if also you are losing money, it depends on how much leverage you have. Does that make sense? So yeah, I like it. I like using it. Got you. Thanks. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for the sending the super chats as well as the conversation on leverage trading. How can you withdraw that money? So you can easily withdraw the money. All you have to do is go over to wallet. All you have to do is go over to wallet and then you'll withdraw it. Now there is a withdrawal process to where they withdraw all money. It will be pending until the next morning, which I didn't know about until I did it. But you withdraw the money um, when you are. Hopefully, you're not talking about closing the position. You can close at market or limit level if you want to. But when it comes to withdrawing your money from the account, Um, you can withdraw it by going over the position, hitting withdraw, and then um, uh, what's it called? For some reason, I'm blanking. Hitting withdraw and then putting in the information or the places you want to withdraw it to. Most likely, you'll send it to a place to where you can easily send it back to your bank account, but you can't do that from here. You would have to withdraw it to another place, whatever the position is. Um, so yeah, I don't know what's happening, but I hear a sound where it sounds like it's a vacuum, but nobody's vacuuming. But yeah, let's see how many people are over on Twitch. We got one person on Twitch. Thank you for watching over here. I appreciate it. As well as the people that are watching on Kick. We got one viewer that's watching on Kick. We have 10 people that are watching on X. Thank you for watching as well. Um, and we also have 177 people or 180 people that are over on YouTube. Feel free to, um, can you do minute trades? Like minute by minute? You can open a trade and close a trade right away, if that's what you're saying. I don't know what you mean by minute trades. You can do second trades if that's what you're referring to, but I don't really know. Yeah, when you told me that you were investing into Ethereum there or getting into like a margin play for Ethereum, I don't know if you got liquidated out of that position. I don't think you did because it was only a 10x, you said. Um, I was going to take one to the downside because of the fact that I saw this at the 200 EMA that I felt like it was going to decrease down. But I didn't end up taking that, and I probably should have. I should have taken a quick trade to the downside, but I didn't want to fight your investment that you were making, right? Um, so hopefully you didn't get liquidated because it's back. It's pushing back up to those levels. Um, Again, I don't believe you got liquidated because it is a drop, but it's not super low to where it passed this level here. Um, Good morning, Matt from San Diego. Thank you for watching. Yes, that's better. It's better. Okay, perfect. Just signed up for HG Access. Let's go. Well, thank you for signing up for HG Access. I think you'll like it. They have a lot of. Make sure you sign up for the Discord group because they have, or with the Discord because they have a lot of different winners that are there, and they'll talk about a lot of those plays, and based on the ones that we bring to them, they'll bring to the table, and it'll be like more of an anonymous like. It's not like, oh well, this is a play from Matt or this is a play from Tyler or this is a play from Connor or whoever, right? It'll say, um, this is this is the play. This is exactly what we see within it, and it'll give you the whole entire, you know, the place where we see the buys and the sells and all that stuff, and how much we believe it will grow within there. Also, the sectors and how much that will grow as well. So, can't wait for all of those things to come out. And we have different things that we're submitting to them as like different alpha plays. If we feel as though they're there, they'll do their research into it and then they'll create that alpha play there. So, um, yeah. Uh, are are you what? I don't even know how to say that. But what if this position is pretty damn awesome? I did a bunch of research into it. Did you? What are we talking about here? What is that position? I don't see anything for it. Guys, we have 17 people that are over on on Rumble. Thank you guys for watching. If anybody can hit that follow button, I would love to get to 600 followers. I think we're closing in on it. We're at like 583 or something like that. 583 followers. If you guys want to go and follow me on Rumble, I would like to have a presence over there as well. You know, I'm consistently I make the videos for YouTube, but I also upload them on Rumble. And then we're also, right now, we are live on Rumble. So, oh, cold storage. Got it. Got it. Okay. I was wondering what that was. I was like, wait, what are we talking about here? Um, I don't, like I said, I don't have any cold storage. I've been thinking about it, and I probably will start to think about it more when I think about what my end amounts will be and what I'm holding. So for XRP, if my end amount will be 1,000, I will hold 1,000 in cold storage and just never let it go, never do anything with it. Um, as well as, you know, maybe some Solana, maybe have a couple of Solana, 5 Solana, leave 5 for taking profit, or hold 2. I don't know. We'll see, because you never know what Solana could be. You never know what anything else could be. So I want to see them succeed, and also my overall balance and what I'm holding grow a massive amount. I don't want to have to take from that end goal investment. You know what I mean? So I'll figure that out once I start diving into that. I was going to start diving into it a lot more because I was supposed to get the ledger stacks and I never received it. Um, I don't believe I paid for it either. Honestly, that was so long ago that I really don't know. I thought I saw the charge come out, but I never received anything. So you made $2,000 from which starting capital? Like, what was your starting cap? What was my starting cap? So, um, my starting cap that I put in there was about $100 that I invested in there. I grew that to a level of about 330, and then I invested into a play and made a mistake, right? I made a mistake because I set my stop loss at the level where I was supposed to be stopped out at $20. I always like a 5-to-1 profit to loss ratio. I did that, and then for some reason, I thought I set the stop loss. I didn't actually set the stop loss. I didn't set the profit target either. And the profit target would have been hit because it was right there. The stop loss also would have been hit, and it didn't hit either of them. And I got fully liquidated from that position, which sucked because I took $100, grew it up to 300, like 20 or 350 or something like that, and then got completely liquidated from that. And that was something that kind of scared me because I had to make sure now every single time I enter that liquidation price. And the one day I went back, what it doesn't do, and you might get scared by seeing that if you have your computer on all the time, is when you have a place to where you're getting liquidated or things are filled, it doesn't update within your open positions. If you don't have a new page there, it will not update this. So even though it is like it got liquidated or something like that, or even though you ended up having a stop loss, it won't show you that you hit the stop loss, right? It won't show you down here that you hit the stop loss. It will just show you what the current price is and how much you're losing. But you didn't technically lose that much and you're not losing that much. So don't get afraid like I did. I was like, wait, I just lost $200 again. And I was like, no, I got liquidated after a $10 loss, but it kept the information there because I didn't refresh the page. Does that make sense? So just to be aware of that. But yeah, I made the mistake in not setting the stop loss. So if you go down here, you can set a profit target and a stop loss. Now for these, my stop loss is full liquidation. It's $7. I force my hand on a stop loss. That's why I've been doing that recently, because I never want that chance of missing that stop loss. But yeah, I think you have to go here and you set a stop loss. All you have to do is click on one of these. You click on the numbers. So I'll click on stop loss, and then I could put in whatever percentage I want. It could be I only want to lose 100%, or I only want to lose this much, or whatever, right? Um, and 75% or 50%. And yeah. And you can also set a profit target, which you're going to see my Bitcoin profit target is $60,000 or 4,187.03. I don't know if Harper left, which her bus should be here by now. Or is that Hayden? I think that's just Hayden. I thought it was Harper that was still here. I just got here. Any updates on Lunic? Not really many updates on Terra Luna Classic. Right now, Terra Luna Classic saw the burn. Um, we saw a decent size. Let me actually go back here and make sure I'm not clicking things that I don't want to click, because I'm up 880% on that. But yeah, they had their burn for Terra Luna Classic, and no major updates right now. Just going with the flow. What's XRP at right now? I don't think I've checked XRP today. I might have. I think it was at like 63 or close to 63. Yeah, or close to 64 is where it was at. So it got very close, and now it's at 63 too. And we're seeing a $34 billion market cap, $1.1 billion worth of volume, which is great to see. Um, happy New Year. Happy New Year, brother. I just wanted to check on Pyth. You wanted to check on Pyth? Are you invested in Pyth? Are you heavily invested in Pyth? What's your position look like? Positive, negative? I bought at 63 cents, so I'm doing good right now. Yeah, I mean slightly, right? Yeah, I bought a lot at like 61. I bought a lot at 62. I bought probably the same amount because 61, 62, 65 I think is my break even point technically on XRP. So can't wait for that to happen, and it'll happen aggressively. It's projected to hit 80 cents. When? Pro- Projected to hit, oh, you mean you think XRP is projected to hit 80 cents? When do you believe that? By the end of this month, or mid-month, or by the end of this week? It was already at 90 cents before, but the SEC brought it down. My nose is itching. January 7th. All right, we'll see. 6th. You changed it. 5th, 4th, 2nd, the 1st. It's supposed to hit it the 1st. It's crazy because I didn't even notice that I left my water up there. I had a water that I left up there, and I was upset because I didn't get a single sip of water this whole entire time. It's still a fresh pack. Like, you can crack it. Yep, cracked it. See? So that's my first sip of water in 2.5 hours, which is horrible. Tons of wallets don't hold millions of Lunic. That's not realistic. What are you talking about? Speaking of millions of wallets, I don't know if you guys have seen, but XRP, I don't know if they've hit it already, but they're very close to hitting 5 million holders, which is insane. That's a huge milestone to hit, and shows how many people are holding this. And what's great is the more you see things that grow, the the more holders that you have, right? The more it splits up. People sell, other people buy in, right? You see more people that are buying less tokens rather than less people that are buying more tokens. What's Krill doing? I know Krill was up quite a bit. Um, where's Krill? Yeah, I know Krill was up quite a bit. Like it keeps rising very, very quickly, and it shows brief moments of like what's to come. Like because it increases up to about 50 cents, decreases down to 42 cents, increases up to about 50 cents, decreases down to 44, increases up to 47 cents, which right now I believe I'm if I go into my portfolio, go into my assets, I'm gonna see that I am up on my Krill investment. Up $374 on my Krill investment, currently closing in on the $5,000 mark. Jasmy coin, I'm up 2,700. XRP, I'm slightly down because remember, it's like a 64, 60, 65 cent price. Cardano, I'm up about $3,000. You see Harvest Finance, I'm up on that position. Teller, I'm up $122. That's a more recent investment that I just made, which was yesterday. Anchor, I wish I would have bought it at 140 instead of second guessing and going in and being like, oh, I have to check all these other things. I missed maybe $20. I missed $20 of a gain per coin that I had because of the fact that I wanted to check a little bit further, even though I've looked into it previously and I knew what I was looking into, but I wanted to see if there was any information as to why it fell because it fell so hard. And honestly, I probably should have, um, I probably should have looked into that a little bit more, but it wasn't really any type of major information behind it besides large holders that now are smaller holders. But either way, I missed out on $20 more, and I could have been at a could have been at a level of $140, and yeah, it sucked. But still at 159, I'll take it. I believe it has so much more upside than where it is right now. And if it does find a way to come down to, like, say, 75 again, it shows where it can get to, right? So that's where I will invest a lot more at that point to see that grow up to some of these levels of a $600 mark, $700,000 mark, stuff like that. So it's where I invest a little bit, right? And maybe it's a little bit now. It wouldn't have been a little bit then. I think $300 would have been a little bit. But if I take $1,000 now, and then if it finds a way to come all the way back down to maybe 100, then yeah, I can put another thousand on it and buy 10, right? And then lower my cost basis. And now my cost basis, I end up seeing a break even point at like 130 or something, 125. Which would be amazing. But I don't expect it to come down, right? With the hype and attention that it did have, it doesn't really have a lot of holders, but the attention that it did have and the push that we did see that went into this, um, yeah, I expect to see a lot more growth within that position. I also have Cosmos and I have Shiba Inu that's sitting there, Gala, Bonk, API 3, which is up $59. Um, so yeah, that's up to $200 or so. That's good. uh, would like to see what your hold forever coins and amounts maybe on your exit plans. So typically, yeah, I usually have my hold forever coins at the end of my exit plans. So whenever I have my exit plan video, that's where you will see what I plan on holding forever and not letting go. And when I say forever, I mean Like I get to a ridiculously high point and I'm like, I gotta sell at this point. And it all depends. Like what am I gaining in revenue wise? Can I invest that money somewhere else? Can I see more consistent passive income with that somewhere else? And that's really what will give me that thought process of like where where I will end up selling it, because holding forever means I'm holding it for a very, very long time, like 10 or 20 years, which technically isn't forever, but it seems like it's forever. Because if you look at Bitcoin and where Bitcoin was, it was like 2013 to I don't even know when it was actually created. I think it might have been created before that, but you're looking at that time period all the way to where we are now, and you're looking at a lower price compared to a ridiculously higher price of 45, 60, 70, $100,000. And that's really where you're like, okay, it's at $100,000. Let me take my 10 and get out of this position, because that $1 million can go into an index fund that I gain consistently 10% with, and I live off of that interest, right? I don't really have to worry about doing anything there. But yeah, I will go over maybe what are my hold forever coins. It's not a bad video um, title either. It's not a bad one. It's not a bad title. Did you see that XRP released 500 billion yesterday? 500 billion? Did I see that XRP released 500 billion? What do you mean? Do you mean 500 million? Like what do you mean by 500 billion? I don't. You mean 500 million? If Ripple unlocks 1 billion XRP as coin struggles to impress. I see an article there. I don't see anything on 500 billion. It doesn't have massive 800 million XRP uh, return to escrow by Ripple. Ripple released 1 billion XRP from its escrow earlier today in three transactions, 500 million. You mean million? 500 million. 500 million, 400 million, and 100 million XRP. I see that from TradingView. Massive 800 million XRP return to escrow by Ripple details. These are the details according to Whale Alert reporting. Ripple sent back 800 million XRP worth 492.5 million to its escrow system after unlocking $1 billion XRP worth about $610 million. Wish I had that much money, right? Wish you had $610 million just to throw around. Um, this action is part of Ripple's monthly routine in releasing relocked and fixed amounts of Ripple escrow. um, so, per crypto data tracker Whale, the XRP move back to the Ripple escrow was done in two transactions. 500 million, 300, that was $308 million locked in escrow. The first transaction, Ripple relocked 500 million XRP worth $308 million its escrow. The second transaction returned to Ripple's escrow was $300 million, valued at $184 million. 300 million XRP, valued at $184 million. This comes after Ripple performed its monthly unlock of XRP tokens from its escrow. Ripple released 1 billion XRP from its escrow earlier today in 3 transactions. According to XRP Whale Alert, Ripple's holdings are divided into 2 categories: XRP that is presently known or owned in its wallets, and XRP that is subject to on-ledger escrow lockups that will be released monthly for the next 39 months. Ripple does not have access to the latter category of XRP until the escrow releases it to Ripple monthly. The vast majority of its XRP released is returned to escrow. So that's interesting. I mean, I would like to see all of it released, or I would like to see them burn off this escrow. That would be amazing. Was looking to fill up more on XRP. Do you think we will see another 0.5 level? Do I think we will see another 50-cent level? I don't think so, but it all depends on what type of news and what type of information we get. But I really don't think we're going to see another 50-cent level. I've been investing at these levels because I believe in it above this point. And if we do see a 50-cent level, yeah, I will find a way to invest there as well. But I'm not concerned where it is, and I'm not going to try and pinch pennies over here and end up losing opportunities for me, right? I'm not saying that's necessarily what happens with you or anybody else, but I've had that scenario happen where I've lost out on opportunities because I've been trying to pinch pennies. And one notably is Caspa. I could have invested at 4 cents, and if I just set that target around the area, which I honestly should have, I could have invested at 4 cents and it went up to a level of 15. I could have, tripled my investments, almost 4x my investment if I would have put it in at that point. At least $300 if I would have put it in at that point. However, I might have not bought more Caspa at this point, so I might have still ended up with the same amount, I might have still ended up with 1,200 because I would have invested 300 here, quadruple my investment up to 1,200, and then I would have been hovering around this same point and not investing anymore because it grew by so much, But since I did invest at a level of 13 first, a level of 12, a level of 10, now I can have this amount, but do it the hard way rather than doing it the easy way. Now, I'm not so sure I wouldn't have invested, let's say, $500 or, because I probably would have put something in there where I can gain 10,000 XRP or hold 10,000 XRP, or not 10,000 XRP, hold 10,000 Caspa at least, right? So it would have been somewhere around $400 where it was at 4 cents, or $500, or maybe I would have put $800. Who really knows? I would have wanted to get maybe 20,000. Who really knows? But either way, I think I might have had the same amount in the end. But I still missed an opportunity to invest $1,000 at that low level and get, let's say, a few thousand more, tens of thousands more than what I have now. But, you live and you learn, right? So I'm not going to do that for XRP. It is so hard for me to buy XRP at these levels when I bought at 29 cents. I agree with you. For so long, I was struggling to, I wanted to purchase more. I wanted to hold more XRP, and I wanted XRP to be my main position. But I agree with you. It's so tough to see XRP at a higher level and want to buy it at those levels when I bought at 39 cents, right? And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? If Coinbase is going to, and the only reason I did buy there, the only reason that made me push to buy it was that Coinbase is saying that I have a higher cost basis anyways. And if they're saying I have a higher cost basis, even though my cost basis I know for a fact is lower, I might as well just invest at that cost basis. So I invested at the cost basis. I probably should have made this decision a lot sooner, but that came after the fact that I moved my XRP from KuCoin over to Coinbase. So yeah, it's low, but it's still up over 100%. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I know it's hard. Luna governance update. Prop Prop has been submitted for community review to begin investigations and research into making Terra Classic EVM compatible. The utility pushers say this is crucial. You had the shrug emoji, is it? I mean, I don't know. Like I guess so, right? I just want to see the chain recover. I mean, we're trying to are we trying to recover the chain? This is kind of where the question lies, right? Are we trying to recover the chain? Are we trying to adopt a new normal? If we're trying to adopt a new normal, then so be it. And we need to make that known that this is going to be the new normal. We're not going to decrease that supply, and we need to work on what it is now and not care about that supply decreasing or increasing. Um, so that's what I want to know, right? If we're looking to adopt this new normal, we can do that. Then let that be known. And if the community agrees on that's what we're doing and forget about the burns, forget about decreasing the supply, then that's probably what we should do. Um, I'm all for the survival of this chain, and that's what I want to see. But know that my exit strategy does change on um, whether we can see the burns have an impact or decreasing that supply have an impact or not. Because $1, like it opens the door for $1 when you see the decrease in the supply. If you don't see the decrease in supply, um, then if you don't see the decrease in supply, I do this all the time where I read a message. I try and look to the side, but again, there's more messages. Um, if you see the decrease in supply, then you know that it's going to have the ability to get to $1. Like it'll open that door. If you don't see the decrease in the supply, then it closes that door. So now $1, 10 cents, and all of these other levels are kind of pushed out the window. Like I'm not even worried about that, and I'm looking at a high level of 1 to 2 cents at that point because we're not factoring in any burns. Um, and then that's where Binance goes, okay, we don't need to burn anymore. Let's stop supporting that. Now let's only see the growth based on whatever the utility ends up being. If we're going that route, let's go that route. I'm not I'm not afraid of that. Like I said, I've already made a decent amount of money from this, but the only thing I fear is that other people that don't get the chance to make a lot of money from a Terra Luna Classic. And it's already a great story seeing $43 grow into 30,000. And I think that we'll probably see $43 grow into hundreds of thousands of dollars. Um, but it's like whether we will be able to get to millions of dollars. And with this 18 months that we've had, it kind of seems like it's taking away um, or pushing us away from that path forward, right? In other words, rip the band-aid off. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If we're looking to move towards utility, then say that's exactly what we're doing and screw burns and we don't need to see any burns. If that's the case, um, someone talk to Binance and go, look, we don't need you to burn anymore. Just go through the standard process of what you have because we don't care about burns. Um, because I really don't understand what anyone's plan is because the people that push that we need to create utility and focus on utility also get very excited when Binance burns and talk about Binance burning and talk about how burning does create a large impact and how it's great. They're giving up their own revenue and saying that no one's losing out of this. Binance is losing out of this. Binance could be collecting all of these fees, but what they're doing is burning them off. Eventually, they're going to get tired of footing the bill and doing all the work. And once they get tired of it, they're going to stop the burns. And then what's going to happen, right? We're not going to see the decrease in that supply anymore. So again, if we're focusing on utility and we want to go that route, change the chain, create anything on chain, or maybe if we don't see enough popularity with that, destroy the chain, then we go that route. And then we talk to Binance and go, look, we don't need you to burn anymore. We can have everyone reach out and go, we don't need you to burn anymore. Stop what you're doing. Don't support the burns for Terra Luna Classic because they never helped out anyways, right? That's what some people were saying. It's honestly annoying to see that we have so many paths. We have so many people that, or a couple of people that are saying, I want to be on kind of both sides of the coin. Wherever, if people are fans of burns, I want to show that I support burns, but then also tear down any other type of burns besides the burns that are already happening. It's like, make up your freaking mind. I like a repeg. Well, the repeg is going to be difficult. Definitely not without a smaller supply. I think some major things would have to happen for it to hit a $200 billion market cap. What? $200 billion market cap, I would still have $1 million. So I can hope. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at a 50 to $60 billion market cap. And that's kind of at the max level, right? 50, let's say 50 to $100 billion market cap, I'm looking at the max level. So 1 to 2 cent, in between that 1 to 2 cent price. I think 1 cent will probably have a very strong resistance point because a lot of people will gain a ton out of that, even before that level. At a 75% of a penny, you'll probably see a major pullback. And one of those pullbacks will probably be from me. Not saying it will be a massive pullback. I only have a 55 million. There's a lot of people that have way more than me. I have 53 million actually. But yeah, I will pull some out at those times because I understand what, the impact will be. I understand how much people will gain from that, and I want to be a part of that. But I also want to be a part of the success of Terra Luna Classic, and I would hope that burning will be a major part of that so we can get it back to normal. Then we can worry about a ton of utility within it. But I think there's a process. And if people don't agree with me, I mean, I get tired of just pushing and pushing and pushing. Because it's like you're arguing with somebody, but you have like the calmest voice in the world. Like you're just like, yeah, I don't think you're right. But they're yelling at the top of their lungs, so everybody hears them, and people are going with whoever they hear. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I stand and what I'm seeing with Terra Luna Classic by itself. I'm starting to believe that they have a bigger reason why. Besides marketing, that's big time marketing directed at a very specific group now. True, I think it was more or less for they believed in that we would find our support to get the supply down in the best way that we possibly can, and we haven't really found that way. The only way that we've been seeing any type of burns is through the burn tax as well as through Binance. So those two options are decreasing the supply. If Binance is not going to do anything more unless the burn tax, gets implemented everywhere, then we're not going to see those two. We want to see those two come together to where they're not doing the fees anymore and they're just doing a tax across the board so that everybody contributes to it. Forced contribute. There are people out there that are spending money, and as you are spending money, let's say buying whatever utility, you're contributing, but other people that are day trading and swing trading, they're not contributing a dime. We should just let Fire Token burn it all. I don't think that'll be the case. yeah, I had enough of it and sold off. Too much craziness, and I feel I can make more elsewhere. Um, anyways, yeah, I'm kind of tired, kind of out of it, right? Just reading some stuff. Sorry. Oh, all right. So we got 169 people here. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out any of the links that are down below. I'm not sure what's happening in the stock market because I'm I want to do a video today um on my dividend investing or how much I made through my dividend investing last month. So that's look out for that video. It's going to be on my Matthew Perry 2 channel, as well as probably talking about Jasmy coin on that. So Jasmy um, dividend. I can't type fast. Okay. So definitely going to have a Jasmy coin video on my Matthew Perry 2 channel as well as a dividend investing video. I also have a credit card video that's coming out, and I don't know if I'm going to post a golf video today either. So I'll check. I'll check to see if I can do all that stuff. But we have 203 likes. If anybody didn't get a chance to hit the like button, please do so. Also, if you guys are interested on trading with Margex, again, they are a partner with the channel. It's a great leverage trading platform. I really like it. You can trade as little as $10, or you can trade a little bit aggressive if you see an opportunity, if you see a pullback, whatever you're seeing, you trade to make sure that you see that success there. And I'm excited for what this can be, and I love the fact that I can successfully trade and show you those opportunities because as you can see on the bottom of the screen, I'm up by 6% on BNB and I'm up by 916% on my BTC investment. So um, feel free to use that link in the chat. I don't know if it's on um, I don't know if it's on X right now, but if you want to use it, I can put that on X as well. I'm not unpinning. Just want to copy it. You don't know how badly I kind of wanted to stay awake last night, though. Um, raid, put raid up to 100x. Uh, raid up to 100x leverage. Let me post this there. So yeah, I put that in the chat as well. Here we go. Matt, you are super passionate about Lunic. Love it, brother. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I mean, I like to show that because I am, right? The people that state that it's crazy to me when I hear or read people say Matt's all in it about his bag. That's all he wants is just his bag to be a lot larger. As an investor, yes, I want my investment to grow. Do I only care about my investment? No. If I only cared about my investment, I would push a lot of things that only have an impact for me, right? If that's what I cared about. But what I care about is everybody being able to receive something, everybody being able to not only gain something but protect themselves within the process. That's why I talk about selling at certain levels. If I was literally just in it for my bag, I would tell everybody to hold, and then I would have a selling strategy. Like, that's not something that I'm a fan of doing. And people do that are out there. They're like, you need to hold this forever. If you hold it forever, you have diamond hands, you're amazing, you're part of this elite club or whatever. But in reality, they're not holding themselves, and they're not also showing you their investment, and they're going to keep selling while you keep holding, right? I'm not looking to do that. I'll tell you guys, you need to create a selling strategy. I will tell you to develop something, like a profit taking strategy with Terra Luna Classic, like this, where you develop something to sell at a level of drop zero. You sell at 0.005, 50% of a penny, or at 1 cent, right? You sell at these levels because you're going to gain something in the end, right? You'll gain something in the beginning, you'll gain something throughout the process, and you'll gain something in the end. That's what it's all about. So I care about the community more than I care about my own gains. I already gained 4,800 from a $43 investment. I couldn't have asked for more. I mean, it would have been great if the bank would have let my transaction go through, but that's in the past. I can keep talking about it, but that's in the past. Um, I hate when people accuse you of pumping your bag. Yeah, I hate it as well. I'm not looking to just pump my bag. That's never the case. I like when people get in on the action and find their own path forward within that, because I can't tell you to sell. I can't tell you when to buy. I mean, I could say, hey, buy now, and there will probably be a lot of people that are buying, but I'm not going to tell you that, right? Because I don't want you to buy when I tell you to buy. I want you to buy when you feel like it's the right opportunity, because you learn the most when you make that decision for yourself, right? If I did everything for Harper and Hayden, they would never know how to do those things, right? If I, help them go to the bathroom every single time, they would never know how to do it themselves. So they have to do it themselves. So Bleeves said that. Yeah, I mean, he's been saying some outlandish stuff. Like, I don't know if he even understands like crypto overall. Like, if you don't understand and I don't want to bash anybody. I'm never going to bash anybody. But if you're going to sit here and talk about someone doesn't know what they are talking about when you haven't even listened to it, and when I state something, you're like, well, that doesn't make sense. And you can't make sense of it at all. I can make sense of what people say. I hear you, and I'm giving you the understanding. I'm telling you why volume is decreasing. As you have, let's say you have a certain tax that's implemented, why volume is decreasing at that time. If we look at the information in the past, we'll see that volume was a lot higher than in the 1.2% than it was at the 0.2%. It's a lot higher at the 0.5% than it is at the 0.2%. It doesn't mean, what it shows is that a higher tax would create more volume, because you're looking at that. What you're looking at is a scenario where you saw trillions of coins that were going through on chain, and then it kind of stopped once the 1.2% got implemented. And that's the scenario that they look at, but they avoid looking at everything else that happened after that, right? So I don't know. I don't want to sit here, and I'm never going to bash anybody. I'm never going to talk down on anybody or say that they're dumb. I'm sure everybody has their dumb moments. I've had my dumb moments. I'm sure everybody has their things that they know more than other people. Maybe it's about a certain chain, or it's about a certain protocol. You may know more than other people, but you know, it's not like I literally woke up, I was born yesterday. Like, I woke up not knowing absolutely anything, and I'm trying to educate myself, today on everything in the market. No, that's not the case, right? I know a lot about crypto. I haven't been invested in crypto in a long time, but for a long time, but I know a lot about cryptocurrency. I know a lot about trading. I know a lot about popularity. And especially when you talk about volume, I know for a fact a 1% tax in any scenario is not going to impact volume a massive amount. 10% tax? Yes. 5% tax? Possibly. That's right on the cusp, right? This is why Token Sniffer has like a 4% tax is kind of that maximum. Uh, Sorry, I can't read that. Richie's plain talk. Thank you for being here, Richie. Appreciate it. Crypto is far from a something. It's blocked by the emoji. I gotta chat something because I can't see anything. Crypto is far from an IRA. Take your profits at your rate. Yeah, I would agree. You want to find a way to take profits. Uh, I said I had to chat something because I had to get that out of the way because I can't see what you say. Like the last two words in a sentence, I can't see it because of this damn heart that's right there. Token Sniffer allows max 5% for a good score. If that's what you meant, yeah, it's not 4. So yeah, 5%, 4%, close to it. So the point is that it allows a maximum tax to show like what would truly impact volume, and 5%, 4%, these levels are kind of is that bar, right? So do I think the market correction is imminent? Somewhere down. God, I can't see it because of this damn emoji that's over here. It really pisses me off. Every time I read the last comment, it's always in the way. It's always in the way. Like, why do they put it there? Why can't they put it down where everything else is? Why does it have to be in the middle of the chat? It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Um, Somewhere down to 44.2. You mean 44.2K from like 40, 45? I don't think that's horrible. Guys, we are going back to 42K. You believe we're going back to 42K. Um, that's not that far from here, so I can't say no. But if we do, my overall investment that you see on the screen, that's up 931%, would still be up at that point, but definitely will be down significantly from where it is now. I don't plan on selling that investment right now. I don't plan on selling that investment until it gets to like 50, 50,000, 60,000. It might even not even be the 50,000 where I end up selling it at. We'll see. I did a mega transaction during the 1.2%. It was fine. The DApps can whitelist, um, can get whitelisted people or babies. I agree with you. I agree with you. I don't know what their problem is because 1%, if we would have all been on the same page throughout that whole entire process, if we could have had the exchanges to implement the 1%, if we would have been focusing on, um, how much would you have? I would make 4,000%. So I would make somewhere around $400 from it. So not a crazy amount, but because I only invested $7 into it. So I invested $7. That gave me this at a 100x leverage. I'm making, $400 on that now. So at the end balance will be $407. So that would be amazing. I believe it's 400% or 4,000%. Yeah, 4,187%, which would be a $60,000 price point. So that's still massive. I probably will take profit beforehand, but maybe somewhere around 50K, because it's not really, and maybe I should just hold it for a very long time. Maybe I should actually make it a long-term play. Um, and let it play out to 100K. Guys, I've got to go. Little man's first day back at school. Everyone, um, have a great day. It's always a pleasure spending my morning with you guys. Well, thank you for being here, Mom to the Max. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, today is my only day that I have like kind of to myself. This whole weekend has been me and the kids. Erica has been working um, from like 8 to 7 and 7 o'clock in the morning and to 3, and I had to get them breakfast and lunch and prepare dinner and do all of the dadly duties that I do during those days. But to have them go back to back to back to while still creating content and working, I think one day I took off completely. Like I didn't make any type of videos. I'm pretty sure. I think it might have been. I think it might have been. It wasn't New Year's because yesterday was New Year's and um, I made like a couple of videos. One of the days, it might have been Sunday. Yeah, I think so. I think in the U.S. needs a real MAGA transaction. All right, so we got 148 people that are here. Thank you guys for watching with 211 likes. So guys, hit that like button if you can. Also, we have how many people that are watching on Twitter? We have 15 people that are watching on Twitter. Thank you guys for watching. Whether you're fans of Grok or XRP or Lunic or BTC, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Matt, do you think it would make sense to push for people to redelegate their coins to validators that burn some of their rewards, like Crypto Baron or Burn It All? So that does have an impact, and it's always great. But I hate when people are like, some people are taking action in creating burns, but others are not, right? I want everybody to be included in this. It should be a forced situation where everybody is included, because if we have, let's say, majority of small guys, small investors that are finding ways to burn, then you have these larger investors that are moving money left and right and creating no type of contribution to the success of the chain, but then reap all the benefits. It's honestly not fair. It's not fair at all. And we should find something that is fair to everybody. And we should have validators that agree that if we are going to do something, everything should be fair. So if you want to, yes, it would create a little bit of an impact, and any ceiling would be a great ceiling, right? Increasing that ceiling would be great, no matter how little it is. But I just think we need something that's going to overall impact all volume that's on chain, not on chain, but all volume that's on and off chain, all volume that goes through Terra Luna Classic. So I don't care that it's a 0.5% tax. I would like to see a 1% tax. I don't care that it's a 0.5% tax. If we can all agree that that is good, and we can focus now on the burn side of things, and everybody will try and push for exchanges to do so. Everybody will put a DM in a lot of these exchanges, private messages. And when they do that, you now have maybe 100, 200 different messages that are stating, hey, create this meeting or talk to this person about Terra Luna Classic and try and get this burn tax. If everybody can come together, send them a DM and go, Matt Perry wants to talk to you, tag me in that private message, and we can all send the same message saying, let's have a discussion on how we implement this burn tax effectively. And something that will, decrease the supply of Terra Luna Classic and recover Terra Luna Classic to what it once was. But we need everybody to come together to agree on that. If we don't agree on it, then we can't do anything about it, right? exchanges are not going to want to do it if we don't all agree on it, or a majority of us, right? 70 to 90%. I know it's never going to be 100%, but I would love to see 95, 99% of people agree. But yeah, I have my Lunic staked with, let me see who I have it staked with. I might redelegate. So I have it staked with all nodes Orion money. I think I'm going to stake everything with, I believe Interstake voted yes on that proposal, right? Did they? I mean, I only have like 24,000 with Interstate. I also have a very low amount with Happy Caddy. I think I'm going to redelegate all nodes and Orion money to stake bin. I think that's what I'm going to do. Stake bin voted the right way, the way for the burn tax. Honestly, I would like to know like what they're, and maybe even make a video of exactly what I'm doing, because I think it's messed up. Like, I don't think that they made a wrong decision. I just think that they didn't. The reason why I'm going to undelegate, and I will explain this within the video. I'm going to create a video about it. The reason why I'm going to undelegate from these two, from all nodes and Orion money, is because of the fact that they are indecisive. It's sort of like when you ask, hey, what do you want for dinner? And, your significant other goes, I don't know, you choose. And then you end up choosing and continuing to choose. And none of them fit his or her, scenario, right? His or her, what he or she wants. And then you now get into the point where it's like, all right, well, then just choose. If you have a specific thing that you want, feel free to let me know, right? And they're still just indecisive. That's what it's kind of like, right? Where you have all nodes that and Orion money, where they're both like, we will see what the community does, and then we're going to vote that way. We're going to vote abstain because we don't know exactly where the community lands. We know that it's going to, technically, you voting abstain is going now with the no vote. It's going with whatever the popular vote is. So you're only going to whatever is popular and not creating your own decision when people that are staked underneath you have a certain mindset. Like, I staked a different way, or I voted a different way. So my 10 million or 20 million total within those two are, now have gone to the yes vote. But not a lot of people are going to do that. They want you to make a decision. And if you don't make a decision, if you only care about what the community is going to vote, that makes no sense. I don't know what the title is going to be, but we'll see. I think that'll be. I don't know if that'll be a good title because I feel like that doesn't have like a clickable. I mean, it definitely is clickable, but we'll have to see. It might be.
Honda Trump I donated $2 through Super Chat. Have you heard of Boo? It's like cake for FTM clinking glasses.
So no, I haven't. I haven't heard of it. Um, but it's like cake, so it's like a pancake swap. But like, I mean, there's a lot of swap. Uh, positions. So I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, there's a lot of them, and I don't know if they will really be a major thing in the future. So I haven't heard of it. Yes, for Spooky Swap. No, Spooky Swap is the main FTM DEX. Okay, so this is like you'll see a major impact. Let me go back here. Yeah, I'm going. Let me quickly undelegate. Let me redelegate. Redelegate from. Sorry. Let me go in the stake bin and then redelegate from all nodes, whatever the max is. So it's not about for me like the burning um situation. It's not really about that for me. Um Let me redelegate from money. What's the tax? Oh, I got a fee. A small fee. Why is it only removing 50,000? It's going to keep 50,000 that's in there. I don't want to keep 50,000 in there. I want to remove it all. Give me a second. All right, that's fantastic. So I did redelegate and it left like 55, 155 in there. Let's see. Let me go to what I did. It like automatically redelegate? Yeah. So it did redelegate everything, and I don't know why I can't just completely undelegate everything that I have in here. Because for some reason it's making me keep a certain amount. I want to undelegate everything so I have no other delegations. Confirm. It's still left like 200 in there. I hate that. Because then what if it's like, what if it ends up being worth, $1 per coin and you have, 315 that's still sitting in there? That's $315. I'm taking that. Yeah, so I want to undelegate that. I'll show you guys what I'm looking at then once I get in here and undelegate all of the uh Sorry, I don't even know. I was reading something and now I don't even remember what I was saying. All right, so now let me go back here and let me look at the ones that I have there. So I still have Happy Caddy that I have to undelegate what's left there. I think he might have voted the right way. I'm not 100% sure. But I undelegated from his first, not saying there was anything bad. I just did undelegate because I was looking to undelegate a certain amount and keep some in my wallet. Let's see, back here, and then one more, which is all nodes, undelegate, max amount. All right. What? Wait, it didn't go through? There we go. Success. All right, so the total amount that I have now, um, sorry, what the heck? Why is it doing that? The total amount that I have now that's staked, which may not be the absolute best process because you do want to make sure you are diversified. Just to let you know, I am not diversified because I wanted to delegate to a place that I trust, that I've had success with in the past, and also one that has voted the way, or at least made a decision, right? Making a decision and voting the way of the burn tax, like you care about seeing more burns that are happening. So again, my overall amount that I have there is about $3,360 worth. That's what it says here. I believe it's worth a little bit more. It's like 140 million, or $140 per million. So 10 would be 1,400. So multiplied by three, you're looking at 3,000, 5,200. Sorry, 4,000. You're looking at 3,000, 4,000. So it should be 4,200, right? That's what it should say there for at least that, plus the extra, let's say 100 or 300. So it should be 4,500. That's there. But that's off. I know that my wallet though is a little bit better. It's sitting around 2,300, um, which again, I still think maybe a little bit off based on what the price is. But I have 21 million that's sitting in there as well, and then I have whatever these staking rewards are. Zero staking rewards. Well, I think it auto um, collected my staking rewards. I think, unless I forego those staking rewards that I have built up, which would suck. But whatever. Um, anyways, let's see where the market is. Anything moving in the market that I don't know about? Because currently we're sitting at a $1.75 trillion market cap, and we're seeing that it's up about 5%. So anything moving that I am not aware of. Let's look at some, not things that are trending. Yeah, let's look at things that are trending, and then we'll be able to get to the bigger gainers and losers. So TRB is trending quite a bit. Still at $181. I'm sure that'll pick up sometime soon. If we look at biggest gainers and losers within the top 100, you have SEI that's up about 22%, Ordi that's up 15%. I do want to look at not only the top 100, but all coins. You have Sprint that's up 1,526%. Max Exchange Token that's up 800%. What's the max exchange token? What's max exchange? This is up 456% in the last day. You're only seeing less than 1% of the supply that's introduced. Absolutely no. Again, we look at all history. We're going to see anything notable. Felix, volume. I want to see higher volume. So anything that has higher volume. So something that's running that has a lot of volume. Not really a ton of volume there. It's like 1 million. If we look at things that are losing the most, down 90%. What has the most volume? Kimbo. Somebody brought up Kimbo here. Boo is almost $2 Canadian. I'm half ready for a 500x. You're half ready for a 500x? Boo is LOL. And I hope it retraces more. I really need to stretch. All right, let's pretty much get to a point where we're about to end this video. Guys, if you want to, I'll end with three pieces. One, if you want to sign up for HD Access, feel free to use HD Access. The link is in the description. You can sign up as a free member from the start. You can, let me go ahead and refresh this, but you can sign up as a free member, and then if you like what you see there and you want to explore some things, you can sign up as a paid member. You get access to all of these different YouTubers that are here within the Discord group. I will respond to things here and there. Other people will respond to things. You'll always have people that are, it's kind of like having so many admin. I wanted to do this for Shiba Inu, honestly. I was trying to get a lot of people into a Discord group as like a YouTuber to express exactly how they feel. So if you want to check that out, feel free to use that link in the description. Also, if you want to, it looks like my position got liquidated. My other position, my BNB position got liquidated. So that's currently at a level to where I lost $7 at that point. So I'll probably make another investment as I see certain levels. So yeah, it looks like Ethereum is really falling down as well, dropping down to this level. Is it going to use this level as another bounce point? But it looks like it's creating a downward channel, not an upward channel. So you might see this drop lower than that. But either way, currently seeing this decrease. My one position got liquidated. If you want to start trading with Margex, protect yourself. Do something to where you're creating a manual stop point, or you always create a stop loss there. I think that it's always wise to have a place to where you could trade with leverage. And I think as you do develop a strategy, it could really like increase your gains by 2, 3, 4, 10x, maybe even 100x, depending on how often you trade that way. So definitely check that out. The link is in the description. The link will be in the comment section for Twitter, as well as in the chat for Rumble. But the market looks good. We're approaching those levels of a, trying to get to a $2 million or $2 trillion market cap. And we're seeing upwards of, close to $100 billion in volume at this peak point here. And right now, I believe today we're seeing $73 billion worth of volume. And we saw $300 billion worth of volume at this peak point. I think it's going to be way more than that. We're going to see $3 billion, or $300 billion in a matter of like hours when it gets to these peak points, these new peak points that we see, where we're going to have traditionalists that are investing big money into ETFs, big money into cryptocurrency. So I'm excited to see what it ends up being. Also, just to look at my Robinhood account, currently my Robinhood account, if I look at the last 3 months, I am up 6%. I'm up $551, so I'm not mad at that. It is significantly down on the day, which today would be a good time to invest if I had a little bit of money to do so. Um, but these are all my dividend plays. This is my dividend investing portfolio, and I do want to consistently grow this to a way higher level. So I'm excited for that as well. But um, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out any of the links down below. Check out Margex, and um, you know, I think that's it. But I'm gonna get out of here, and I'll catch you guys.